Pog. Poggers. They can hear me, but not ego.
Yes. Maybe
Pog.
Can they hear me now?
1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 9, 8, 4.
Yep, they can hear me and they can hear you. The audio input's going up now.
Amazing.
It goes up when you talk, so we fixed it. Gamer. I can just gotta do all the audio fixing. You see, this is why you need that setup period to avoid that. Good thing I noticed it.
3.14159265389793238463832795. What?
Stop reading out your social security number.
It was the digits to pi.
Why are you sharing that? No one needs to know the secrets of the universe. There you go, chat. There is the ads for everybody. Now I get up and I see if the phone works. Since the room is so small, they might hear me.
Oh.
Well, not small, but there's no brick wall blocking it.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can still hear me. I can't really tell since I'm standing up, but we'll just hope. Alex said he's having dinner, so he'll be like in 5 minutes.
I'd like some dinner.
I mean, you can get up and get it if you want. You can get up and do it midstream since Alex will be there, so I'll have someone talk to.
Ah, sweet.
I'm pretty sure my dinner is probably done, or at least all being cooked at the moment. I'm assuming it's done.
Hell yeah.
My door or something. Either way, it doesn't matter. Okay, podcast. Works? Question mark?
Pog.
Yeah, it works. I see it. Now we just get some music. Oh, there's something I noticed in the new house I live in. It doesn't cut off the Wi-Fi like it did in the old house. Well, it must have been something to do with the old house, not my computer.
Awesome.
I'm guessing maybe it was distance from the box, maybe?
Yeah.
I'm a lot closer to it now. That's just a guess. What do you fight for? So you need to find my own channel to find my own playlist of music. There we go. Songs used. Make sure it's not ear rape. There we go. Starting off a birthday train.
Hell yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna check if there is, dinner being made or not. Because sometimes when I do podcast streams, I don't actually check, and then I don't get food. So I'll be back.
Yeah.
Since we're just dying, you don't have to worry too much about doing anything.
3.14159263. Wait, shit. 3.14159265358972. It's too much. He just goes on for 3 fucking text boxes about the digits of pi. He just goes on for 3 fucking text boxes about the digits of pi. It's so good. Actually the best character.
What you going on about?
Pie Man.
Who knows? I understand this Pie Man.
Look at this asshole, he's so good. No, I gotta post it into, yeah. Look at him, he's such an asshole, he's so good.
have dumplings.
Yeah. Awesome.
Is that from World Ends With You?
Yes, dude.
Tell everybody else
Dude, the sequel's coming out in 22 days.
I know nothing about the first one, I just know the art style.
The sequel's coming out in 22 days, and I can't fucking wait.
Aren't you coming out in 22 days?
Yeah, I'm coming down to Esperance. Fake Esperance.
No, I meant like gay.
What did I just miss?
You just missed.
Chris is coming out gay.
I'm not.
I mean, I kind of expected that for a while, though.
Okay, Tate, Chris.
Fucking idiot.
Listen, you're both
You're
gay.
calling me Tate.
Listen, you're both gay.
Oh no.
If you invite at Ben, he'll join.
Nah. I think he's busy with stuff.
Cormac said he might
Well,
join,
you might, you
and
can
Tate
try,
is
but-
Tate, so
Alex, look at it. She's gaming.
you'll be gaming in a minute.
She's gaming.
Who is?
Your mom, bro, got him.
No, she's not. She's out eating dinner.
I'm just gonna at Ben and Tate saying y'all can join the podcast if you like. If wanna. Oh. Yeah, no, Chris was well enough to do funny. I kind of like just told him. I completely forgot to ask until like the last 10 minutes. So I just called him and he was like, "Yeah, I'm good."
Yeah, no, my throat actually cleared up like earlier today.
Well, it tends to like last about 3 days, I find, because it seems what everyone in my house had happen.
Yeah, I still gotta take my antibiotics,
Oh, yeah,
but
make sure.
yeah.
Cormac taught me the way of how to deal with sore throat.
Mm.
I can't remember it fully, but he called it gargle.
Yeah, you gotta gargle.
No, it's like this brown box, and it's this bottle, and it has a name, but I forget. But he just called it gargle, and it tastes fucking vile. Like, and it kind of burns, but you put it in your mouth, and you do that whole like thing in your mouth, right, where you gargle it, you spit it out.
Yep.
Every time my throat's fixed within like a day. I don't know what it is,
Ooh.
but it works.
I
And
had
the thing
fucking throat
But
ulcers,
the thing is, it
but
also
like,
has multiple uses besides that, because the doctors just said to pour it on my toe when I got it cut. So I think it's
Put
just
that shit in your mouth.
it must just be like super fucking, like, you know, acidic kind of like antibiotic.
It's snake oil, bro.
Yeah, it's some god serum.
yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know what that is. I can point out if I see it, but it's real good.
I
It
see.
burns, but it's good. It works every
Thinking
time.
really now, I gotta take one right now.
Yeah, do it live. I want to hear it. I want to hear you choke.
I gotta-
Die.
I got some gum today because my breath is fucking awful.
Yeah, because you got that.
Thanks, mate.
You got that sick
Tea.
breath. But it's got that sick breath.
No, because my throat, I it's like this good oral hygiene, guys.
You
Don't
promise?
believe me.
You
Chris
promise?
fucking just brushes
Yes.
his teeth with like caramel syrup.
How you
No,
do it?
I knew it.
I'm sick. Why would it's my
Exposed.
birthday? Why would you bully me?
That's funny?
Come on, I'm just a little guy.
It's funny. It's
I,
I actually have a story that I'm not sure Alex might know or not because it happened last night and it involves his brother. Did your brother tell you about it?
Wait, what? Last night?
Yeah, last night, and it involves yours and mine brother. Did he tell you anything?
I don't think
Because it was at like 11.
so.
'Cause it
Yeah, no, I didn't speak to him after he got home.
Basically, what
Well.
happened is, so Jaden told me because he came home and he was kind of spooked. They almost fucking got molested, bro.
shit.
What the hell?
So you know how they both work at the pizza place, the pizza,
Yeah.
and they're both basically delivery drivers. My brother
Yeah.
basically was just going along with yours because it was the end, and he was like, yeah, he'll just cruise in the car with him and vibe.
Fair enough.
And they get to the place. I don't know the place, but good thing I don't, because, you know, I might actually say it. But they get to the place, and the dude pulls up and like blocks him in the driveway, like with his own car.
Oh.
And because one of those driveways that like goes down, so they're blocked in from behind by the guy's car, and it gets out, and then your brother gets out of the car for some reason, and goes and talks to the guy next to his car, and then Jaden was freaked out because he was saying the dude kept reaching behind him into the boot for something, and the boot was just filled with jackets, and he kept like shuffling under the jackets.
Shit.
And your brother was just like going along with it, like, yeah, sure, dude. And the guy was like, hey, I don't have the money on me. You're gonna have to come inside my house to get the money.
Oh no!
So your brother went in.
Oh, God damn it.
Jaden told me he went in, and then your brother.
Yeah,
And then apparently your brother came out instantly and told the guy just to keep the pizza, and then fucking they left. They just booked it.
Oh god.
Fucking hell.
I don't think like
Well,
the dude did anything. I think they were just sussed out.
Yeah, for sure. That does.
But like,
That does seem very.
If
fussy.
anyone is shuffling around the back of their car and then tells you you have to enter their house, just fucking leave.
Yeah, you don't have to, like, the whole thing, because I've been a delivery driver for fast food before, and it's like, you don't go into people's houses ever, because, one, they could do something to you, two, they could fucking pin you for something else completely randomly. Like, if you go into someone's house, they can very easily just twist shit around and, like, either sue you or for, like, shit you just never even did. Like, oh my god, he attacked me, or, like, he fucking broke my shit, or stole something, etc.
Yeah.
Because part of the law is that delivery drivers don't enter the house.
Yeah.
However, just fucking walk into people's living rooms and take their TVs now.
That's what you gotta do.
Awesome.
But
And
I
they
was
fucking pay me for it.
Awesome.
But my brother was worried because he doesn't like the idea of people breaking the house. I think I told you guys whenever he would suspect something, he would wake me up in the middle of the night and make me go check.
Oh.
It's one of the things he really doesn't like. And it's fair enough. No one wants a fucking stranger in the house looking at him.
No.
But like because he wanted to get a package at night, and he was really anxious about it before he heard people like this, so he made me go out with a fucking knife to get his package. But he was really sussed and worried about it, so he kept like making sure the door was deadlocked. I'm like, bro, no one's gonna come in. They have to go through my room first, and I'll probably be up playing like a fucking video game, and I'll just look at him and go, no, leave.
Yeah.
They'll see me in my fucking gamer zone, and they'll be too scared to approach because I'm in the gamer zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's sus. I'm just curious about what the guy was fucking doing.
That was very
that's what you do
sussy.
if you're trying to grab a gun, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
or
not
like
even
a bat
interesting
or something.
Like a knife or something, like a weapon.
To be fair,
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, there's always a chance it was a prank to get a free pizza, and it worked.
well, I was gonna say is fair. You've just explained how your brother, like, I'm not trying to say he just made the whole thing up or anything, but he gets on edge with this kind of stuff. The guy literally may have been trying to go through some chits he had in the bag to see if he had cash.
I mean, yeah,
And
maybe.
then Connor went and maybe the guy was like, oh fuck, I just don't have money. He's like, yeah, whatever, just keep it, I don't give a shit.
I mean, I still think it's sus how
Wow.
he locked him in the driveway, though.
It is a
No, I think
fucking weird, dude.
Jaden's more worried about people coming into the house than I think, like, people robbing him on the street. Because it seems like the house stuff is what gets him going. 'Cause he'll do dumb shit all the time.
Yeah.
He goes out at night and just walks around. But I feel it's more of the idea of not being safe in your own house, I guess, scares him.
Yeah, fair enough.
Obviously, I don't know, because, it's his, it's him. I don't know exactly how he feels. But I agree with you. He probably was, overreacting too much. But I would also probably be freaked out if someone blocked me in their driveway and kept reaching in their boot and telling me to go in their house.
I'll ask Connor about it later.
Yeah,
See
I'm
what he
assuming maybe
reckons.
it was, since I'm assuming Connor probably would have said something otherwise. Oh, I was the stream.
I mean, like,
the-
when he got back and all of us were in bed, basically.
But I was wondering because the stream was in red bars. Like, oh, that's weird. Normally I'm fine, but I was just going with it. And then I just got a notification saying Vermintide 2 is done updating. So yeah, fuck, Steam's downloading shit without my permission again.
Awesome. Lovely.
So let me open that and pause that. Because that's just wasting my fucking internet. Stop!
Yeah!
There we go, should be good now. It wasn't too bad, there's been worse lag. But, still fucking annoying that it did that. Why the fuck?
All I ever get these days is red bars, it's so painful.
Is something just going on in your, like, neighborhood, or?
No,
Like,
it's
do you
just
have
the
any idea?
internet in my house. It's, for some reason, our connection has just gotten shittier and shittier over the last couple of months. To the point where I've had to drop my bitrate, my frame rate, and my resolution of the stream just so that it won't
Yeah,
suffer
shit.
and die. And then randomly the other day it worked perfectly fine, and then instantly went back to shit the next day.
In the,
You
in
gotta
my,
love
drops out,
in
You
my,
gotta love the
drops
straight
out
up Wi-Fi.
completely 2 or 3 times. You have to keep restarting the modem like 2 times a day.
no, but here's the thing, because you know how, like, in my old house, Alex, I kept telling you, because I had no idea how it worked, how, like, my computer would just disconnect from the Wi-Fi randomly, and you thought maybe I was, like, overusing the Wi-Fi or something. So, like, I was overloading it or something on my computer, because I'll tell you, in the second I open Discord, it would crash. In this new house, I've never had that problem. My Wi-Fi used to randomly disconnect, remember?
Yeah, no, I do remember that.
But now in this new house, it hasn't happened once.
As a electronics technician, don't fucking worry about it. If it's working now, just leave it.
I'm thinking what it might have been was maybe
That's
distance,
my
because
professional advice.
I'm just a bit closer to the Wi-Fi box now. Like, instead of it being like, I want to say like, like 2 rooms away, it's like 1 room away now. So maybe it's just being closer fixed it.
Cool. Yeah, that could definitely help.
Yeah, but it hasn't happened once,
God
and I've been
bless.
really on edge about it happening, but it hasn't happened once, so we'll just go with it. We'll just keep going. Just don't worry about it. The internet is still apparently shit. Yeah, like, it's still in the red bar, but it's fine. I want streamed mid-microwave shenanigans. I can live with this. Having to
So
manage a
sadly, the
stream
microwave-
Oh yeah, the microwave does work again because I'm closer to it. But
so
now,
does the microwave still,
here's
like...
the thing. Now that the microwave is in the dead center of the house, everyone suffers from it. So now my parents are actually considering of getting rid of it. Now it affects them.
Yes! Finally!
Well,
Holy
actually, the
shit.
thing is, I'm pretty sure almost all microwaves affect the 2.4G Wi-Fi. The 5G one doesn't get affected.
Yeah,
It's
but
because
the
of
thing
the
about 5G is
resonance
it just sometimes
that
doesn't want to work.
microwave is
Like,
on.
period. The 5G, at least
That
in our
could just
house...
be that your modem has an issue.
That's what I assume, but the 5G in our house, it will work. So, like, when we lose Wi-Fi, right? Like, when they cut us off, like, if, like, you know, my mom doesn't pay the bill or just something like that, and then the second my mom repays it or we get it back after losing it for, like, a couple days, the 5G will work for, like, 2 weeks, and then it will never work again. Like, it won't work until we repaid again. And no one knows why, because it's supposed to be
Love
infinite.
it.
But whatever. It's really fucking confusing, so we all just stick to the normal one, and we only try to 5G now and then if there's no other option, and even then, it's barely used. Like, even when no one
I
else
don't
is
even
using it, it
have
doesn't...
5G.
Because my uncle, who lives in Perth, in the city,
Yeah.
and he's a
When I
he's a
was-
tech guy.
A young boy.
Yeah, well, he's a big tech guy. He makes computers and stuff like that. He was just like, just use 5G, idiots. So, like, it doesn't work here. Just... Like, if you're having issues, just use 5G. It's like, it doesn't work though. He's like, just use it. It's like, it doesn't work. He even tried using it, it didn't work. It's like, well, just fix it, idiot.
Wow.
Like, no, just do it, it'll be funny. Just be better.
Yeah.
You know, just, why you suck?
Just get better internet.
Also,
Just pay.
here's
Just
a-
pay more.
Here's like a weird thing, right? It's not internet related. This is just like game related. So
Yeah.
I told Chris about it, but I don't know if I haven't told you yet, Alex. I got For Honor on PC, right? Cormac,
You were playing it earlier.
yeah, Cormac was talking about how he really want to get back into it, and he basically just kept telling me to get it. And since it was on sale and it was like $9, I went sure. But I picked it up, and I enjoy it. But there's a really weird thing with it because I was going to refund it at first because it didn't run. Like it had the most choppy, laggiest frames ever. But before I refunded it, I just launched it again, and it ran fine. But now that always happens. I need to launch it and then relaunch it again, and it says like, oh, your computer is experiencing issues, like not enough RAM or like, you know, not the right specs. But I can, if I relaunch it again, like if I close it and redo it again on the highest settings, it runs completely fine. I can watch YouTube, I can talk to people, and the call runs fine. Just the first boot up, it does not work. I need to boot it up.
I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't get it at all. That seems to be working. I googled it, and no one else has the problem. It's just me. So I'm just going. I just know.
You gotta love that.
Do that. It's just weird because it's not computer, it's not internet related. It's just the game. And the only guess I have is because it's Ubisoft's game, right? They have their own thing, Connect.
Yeah.
When you launch it for Steam, it launches Ubisoft Connect as well, and then it has the Steam and Ubisoft Connect overlay at the same time, so you do Shift F2 for the Ubisoft one, then you got the Steam one, and I'm thinking maybe that's the problem. Is launching it like that,
possibly.
maybe? But it works if I launch it like that the second time, so I don't know. That's the only guess I had. What the fuck is playing in my ear? I just hear people yelling. And not like Screamo. I just hear, oh!
Danganronpa.
It's apparently some Lego Island music.
Oh.
I wish
Damn.
I wish it was Danganronpa music. Yeah, but yeah. Month-wise, a lot happened for me. Not a lot of gaming related stuff though, just, you know, the whole moving and internet struggles.
Yep.
Have been a huge constant this month. So obviously, trying to figure out what mic I'm coming through. I don't know if it's my computer or my studio mic. I'm gonna assume it's a studio mic.
Definitely a studio one.
Well, no, you guys are hearing me through my headset.
Oh.
Because sometimes Discord doesn't like using my studio mic. So I just stick with the headset when I'm talking on Discord. It's a weird setup. I will admit that. I can't tell what stream is using, so I'm just going to quick look in properties to make sure it's just studio. Yeah, it's studio. It just seems like it's not picking me up as well. Oh, well, I'll just lean in closer. But, basically, I moved houses.
Sounds like a you problem.
It is. But I moved houses this month, and, that moving wasn't too bad. Obviously, you know, I have a lot less stuff than the rest of my family. I have, like, a shelf, and a bed, and a desk. And that's about it. They have couches and all that. So, my side, it was super easy. I got my room completely filled in and everything done within the first day, because I have so little. I moved shit around still because, you know, just figuring out where I wanted it, but, like, all my shit was set up and done day one. And then I was just helping out my dad move stuff because everyone else had work. So me and my dad were moving shit, and I didn't stream during the whole, like, half the month because there was a lot of moving and no internet going on. So I just thought, you know what, fuck it, just don't even try to stream. Let's not even try and add that on top of it. That would just be a nightmare.
Yep.
We had plans. We were going to try and do E3. Thank God we didn't. E3 was shit.
E3 was awful.
But E3
Like,
happened.
holy shit.
But E3 just happened to be the day we started moving in. And
Yep.
and overall, the whole house didn't finish getting moved into until about a week later, right? Or maybe it was later. It was like I want to say like a whole week it took us to get everything in because we had, you know, couches and we had to fix a bunch of stuff. Like overall, it took like about a week because everyone had work. And during that week of everyone moving in, we didn't have Wi-Fi because we were going to switch, but then we didn't. Like my mother canceled it, I think, but then she didn't get the other one in time, and it said it would take 7 business days to get the new one, but we were starting a weekend, it was like a Friday. So she tried to go back and get the old one just to have while we get the other one, but because it was a weekend, we didn't get it anyway. So we had to spend a couple days without Wi-Fi, which really upset me because it was in the middle of E3, and I really wanted to stream it. So I got really angry about it, but then it turns out after the day, because when I got it back, it was the Nintendo E3. Turned out E3 sucked shit, so I didn't miss anything, and there was no point streaming it.
Exactly.
So it worked out perfectly. And during the whole process of moving as well, literally the day of moving, Strive came out. And I really wanted to stream day 1 footage of Strive. And we didn't get to, and we were going to do a bunch of Strives related stuff for the story mode. We didn't get to, because there was no internet and I had nothing else to do, so I just played the story mode. because there was nothing else I could do. I literally did everything else. I watched Family Guy. I watched the whole Family Guy season. I had nothing.
Ew.
Like, there was nothing else to do. So I watched the whole Family Guy season because I was bored out of my mind. So I had to ruin stream ideas because I was so bored. I mean, we're probably gonna bring Let's Watches for other fighting games because Mortal Kombat modes and all that. You know, games with story modes, so you don't have to play a lot. You just call it Let's Watches.
Yeah,
We'll
easy.
just sit back, and there's a lot of games you can do it for, mainly fighting games. But we're not going to do it with Strive. Maybe with Exard, but not with Strive. Because I watched the whole thing, and, you know, it's a short one, too. It's 4 hours. Maybe in the Strive Story DLC, we will.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that'd be good.
We'll see how it goes. Because the Strive Story DLC isn't
Understandable.
coming out till, like, next year, anyway. But yeah, but during the whole moving, and I got a new room, and luckily the internet works a bit better here, overall, because I'm closer to the box. And the house is overall smaller, but as far as me, personally, not my whole family, because you know, some people in my family got it worse. My nan's living in a lounge room with no doors. And you know, Jaden has to go between 2 rooms, which he did in the first place, but he didn't really have to, but he did in the first place. He has 2 small rooms. My mom and dad got pretty nice. Overall, me personally, I think this is great. My room is bigger. I can fit everything in one room. I don't have a stupid fucking corner that's made out of brick and leads to the outside, so spiders kept coming in.
Yeah.
I'm right at the front door, so I can leave whenever I want. I'm the first room you see, so I can, when I have people over, I don't have to worry about cleaning up the whole house, because my room is the first thing they see, and it's all we're going to be in. So I don't have to worry about my mother being all like, oh, no, they'll go into the fucking lounge room and you'll make it all dirty. It's like, nah, the room's big enough for everyone, and also, like, there's no point even them looking in the lounge room most of the time, because the room's right there. Unlike my old room, which was, like, at the back of the house. But I had my own entrance, to be fair. Yeah, but, like, me personally, this room's great. I love this room. The biggest downside, I would say, but this is, like, a main house issue, is the doors and walls are super thin. So you hear everything. Like, everything is heard. Whenever someone uses a shower, because I'm right next to the the bathroom, I just hear them showering. It's really annoying. But, you know, you gotta make do.
I am also right next to a bathroom. I too
It's
know
not
the
great.
pain. My brother wakes me up
I,
on my fucking
I think it was...
week.
I think it was Malloy, I don't remember who it was, but someone was like, I was talking about how in my new house, because I never had this before, I never had the toilet separate from the bathroom. I've always had the toilet in the bathroom.
Oh.
So I was confused and not used to the idea of taking a shit, opening a door, then washing my hands.
Honestly,
Fair
right?
enough.
So I was
It's-
really
it's
confused, and Malloy was like, that's super normal, Dylan, you're a weirdo. And I'm like, what do you mean? That's not normal, that's fucking weird, that door's gonna be disgusting. And so,
Yeah,
so I was
right?
like, well, sorry, not all of us live in posh big houses, asshole. And I'm like, listen, bro, every house I've had, because I've been in, like, the city and here and other places, I stayed in multiple houses. This is our 3rd house in this town alone. Everyone except this one has had the sink in the toilet room.
Yeah.
I'm not used to the idea of getting up, and also the sink doesn't even work. I mean,
You showed me that.
The sink flew off. Apparently there was some issue with it. I'm pretty sure we're getting it fixed now because my granddad was looking at it. We fixed the door as well. There was 2 main issues. There was a door that was fine, but the people cleaning the house broke it. Not the people selling it. So they had cleaners come in, right? Just to, you know, get rid of all the... Like, we had cleaners come in when we moved out. You don't want to leave behind, you know, rubbish you didn't see.
Yeah.
But the cleaners came in, and for some reason, when they were over, they just fucked up the sliding door at the back of the house. They know where my dog is at, right? That door's fucked. It's really hard to move. We fixed that last night, but, like, the cleaners somehow fucked it up, and we don't know how. Because it was, like, before that, my mother checked out the house, like, weeks beforehand, and multiple days throughout a week. Like, came in regularly, the door was fine. After the cleaners, it got fucked. No idea what they did.
Nice.
But we fixed it.
Love it.
I had to hold up the door as, you know, they squeezed it back in the frame. But we did that, and now we got the sink fixed. But those were, like, 2 big issues besides the awful smell, but that gets fixed with time, and it has been.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I like this new house. You know, besides the 2 fucked things they left us to deal with, like the sink. It's been fine. My room's fine. There's nothing weird about my room. You know, no weird stains, no broken glass. Actually, there's one weird thing, but it doesn't bother me too much. So you know how, like, you know sliding glass door windows, right?
Yeah.
How they kind of lock in place, and you have to, like, pull a little lever as you pull it?
Yep.
One of the windows doesn't do that. You can just slide it off no matter what, even from the outside. But they just put a wooden block behind it to stop that. And they did that for both windows, so I thought both windows had that, but no, one works, one doesn't. But that's fine, because the one that doesn't work is directly behind my laptop, and I'll never open that window anyway.
Understandable.
Because, you know, my laptop's right there, and if it rains, rain comes directly this way, I get it back on my laptop. And also, you know, it's where my laptop is. I don't want to fucking break it in, taking that.
Yeah. Legit.
They can literally, I can be out, they can slide the glass door off, or the fly screen grab it, so I'm just gonna leave the wooden block there.
That's funny.
Like, besides that, I got my own heater in this room. It's in one of my closets.
Nice.
And, you know, I actually have storage for my clothes. That's new.
Awesome.
Remember how you would come to my house and there would just be a bookshelf with clothes on it because I didn't have a wardrobe?
Yep.
I now have too many wardrobes. I have 2 closets and like 8 shelves.
Can I steal one?
No.
No.
Damn.
My nan asked, and I said, sorry, one's for the Roboraptor.
One's
So she was like, hey, can I have one of your closets, please? Because, you know, she doesn't have any. She's living in a lounge room.
I don't have a closet either.
Yeah, so she was like, can I use one of yours? And I was like, no, I'm going to put a bunch of my boxes and stuff in there, and the other one's for clothes. She ended up using the... So Jaden has 2 rooms again. He has an actual bedroom, and he has a computer room.
Love it.
And the argument was that they were debating if I or him should get that treatment, right? And in the end, it was kind of decided I'll have this room because, you know, I'm older, I'll probably move out sooner anyway. That's kind of the idea. But also, I have people over regularly, so I need a bigger room.
Yeah.
Where I could have used the computer room as a lounge room, but it would have been a pain in the ass for me to get up and walk all the way to another room and then have my TV in a different room and then lie in bed without anything.
True shit. That would have been awkward.
But yeah, but like, you know, I get the manager is like, you know, oh, Dylan will probably leave sooner. Not that, you know, they want me gone or anything like that, but, you know, like, he might move out, like, because, you know, I was already looking at the idea of moving out anyway. So, you know, so then when Dylan leaves, you can get the room, Jade.
Yeah.
Which is what they did with my sister, right? Where, she came back. They gave her the bigger room at first because, you know, she had a dog, but then she ended up not even putting the dog in the area she said she was going to, so she just stole the room for no reason. If you remember, I ranted about for a long time because I had to go back into living in an actual closet because I was like, oh, I don't want the dog to be, you know, claustrophobic, but then she didn't even put the dog in her room. She put it in the yard of our dog, so there was no fucking point.
God.
So I lost a
It's
room.
so good.
I lost a room and storage because of a dog that didn't even get the room.
It's so good.
But
It's so good.
yeah, new house is epic. I've experienced one thing I really like. One moment that I really hated in this house, which isn't anyone's fault, but my mother had a party, right?
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with the house, really, but it's like it has to do with the thin walls. And I didn't realize my mom was having a party, so I was playing the Eye of Colmac, which is a survival game we play as dinosaurs. And I'm sitting here talking like a huge nerd, you know, saying Dinosuke, Suchomimus, and all the, like, you know, actual names. And then there's a bunch of, you know, white girls that work at the cafe in the bathroom directly behind me. Because, remember, I have a door to the bathroom, so it's the thinnest thing. They can hear me, I can hear them perfectly. They're doing their makeup in the mirror, and just hear me going like, dude, the Carnosaurus is eating the Velociraptor, bro!
Jesus.
And I didn't realize all that, and then I heard them,
girls.
like, laughing, and I just sat there quietly, and they're like, oh my god, the sink's broken. Can that guy shut up?
No.
And I was like,
That's
oh.
fucking rude though, like coming to someone else's house.
They probably didn't think I could hear. They probably thought I was yelling so loud because, you know, that gamer yell.
Yeah.
People don't understand it. I have my headset
You have a
headphones down
pretty
really loud.
strong gamer yell.
It's true. I usually have my headphones down really loud because I have very sensitive ears. But also they didn't realize I was in the toilet once because I didn't realize people were over. So I went to the toilet and I didn't realize people were over at a party. And I was sitting there, and someone else was like, "Bruh, you're still in there." And I literally like still had my pants on. I didn't even sit down yet. And I just looked at the and went, "What?" They're like, "Oh, you're someone else." I was like, "Yeah, bro. I'm gaming right now, bro. I'm taking a shit." Yeah,
My bad, sorry, bro.
yeah, but I just
Fucking.
a bunch of girls at a party, constantly go to the mirror, check on their makeup and hair. So they constantly kept going to the bathroom behind me, and I just heard them talk non-stop, and they had to listen to me going like, "Dude, the Velociraptor got yanked by the Dinosuchus! The Petrodons are coming in!" That's great.
That's so good. That's beautiful.
I literally got up
Holy
and locked my
shit.
door so they couldn't get in.
Oh,
Like,
God.
to be fair, if any of those, white cafe girls came in my room and saw that Miku statue, it was done anyway.
They would have been drenched. They would have
was
been
telling-
wet.
I was telling Cormac.
Chris, I don't think you understand how women
I was
work.
telling Cormac the reasoning behind the virgin shelf. He was like, "Why do you want a virginity shelf that's filled with like JoJo wallets and Miku statues?" And I was like, "Okay, listen."
You don't understand.
I was like, "Listen, Cormac, you don't understand the buffs, right? So here's the main thing, right? The more I add to it, the more of an area effect gets expanded. And what the area effect does is it destroys women's like want to sleep with me."
Yeah. Yeah.
So even if I'm really far away from my house and I bring a girl back, she instantly loses it because the closer she gets to it, the interest drops faster. Even if she doesn't see it and she's just in proximity of it.
You just know.
It's a shield. It's a protective barrier.
Yeah.
Shield.
Yeah. It has the one downside of people can't stop staring at it. When I open up my
Dude,
window
okay.
to let air in, people in the street can look at it and see the Miku statue.
So, I don't know if you're aware of this, Alex, but there's a little known rumor that if you get to 30 years of age without losing your virginity, you become a wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know all about that.
I've been studying the arcane
Don't worry about
arts.
Same.
Yeah, I'm on my way. I'm like, what, 10 years? We got this.
Pretty much.
Easy cap, boys, easy cap.
Easy cat boys.
Cap?
Yeah.
I don't even understand how, like, cap works.
I honestly don't either. I'm pretty sure I'm using it wrong.
I'm pretty sure cap is like, you say no cap as in, like, no kidding.
Yeah, probably. I'm probably using it wrong,
It's
but
serious. It's fucking strange, dude.
Slang gets made, bro. Like, bruh is used for everything.
Yep.
True. Bruh makes more. Bruh at least is like
It's accepted
side
into the
effect,
human
rather than
subconscious.
saying fucking cap. Like, cap does not.
Bruh
Make me
is so
think of-
casual now that I say it to my own parents.
Yeah.
Before I wouldn't, because I'd be like, that's weird, but now when my mom says it, I just go like, oh, bruh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that, because
Right.
it's become its own thing, and then you just remember it's a fucking Vine meme, where I go, bruh, and he falls over.
Yeah. I know.
But now it's just become bruh.
Yeah.
It's like how I was saying like Family Guy Peter Griffin lines in a normal voice is fucking weird. Like going like, hey Lois. It's just weird.
Hey, Lois.
Hey Lois. Joe's a cripple. Cormac was
Funny.
bragging about how much Family Guy knowledge he has.
He fucking was. At Macca's, he was.
But then he did clarify that he is aware that he's a huge loser for knowing Family Guy lore and knowledge. But he'll say there's like, name a Family Guy scene or a quote, and I know exactly the episode. I was like, that's fucking sad. And that's
It
coming
is.
from me. A guy with a Miku figure on his shelf with minions under it. You can't even see minions yet, have you, Chris?
No, I haven't.
Because you were too see them.
I was.
Now they just vibe. Oh yeah, by the way, all you missed, Alex, when you left was me and Kelly just talked about gay characters for like an hour.
Nice.
Like a catchy.
I was playing Mario Kart, and then we were talking about Dragon Age a little, because she brought up Divinity, and it's just talking about the Red Prince in it, and I like the Red Prince. But we were talking about that, and then we started talking about, we were talking about Dragon Age, so talking about how weird Dragon Age romance is, like how weird, like, Pacific some of them are. So I was like, you know when you play, like, like when you're playing on Persona games, you only date females because your character is straight or whatever, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But then when you play something like Mass Effect, you can just fuck whatever you want, right? And a lot of games just have like, oh, you like a character, just go fuck them. We don't care. Like, you know, just go do their quest line, get to know them, do that. But Dragon Age is like really hyper-specific shit. So like Soulless is like one people really like. You have to be a female elf. Nothing else works.
I see.
And like
Yeah, the
only
okay.
2 characters that will accept anything is the Iron Bull, who's kind of treated like a joke character in his romance,
No.
and Josephine. Because all of Iron Bull's romance shit is treated like a joke. It's treated as like, lol, you're just kinky weirdo. It's not like no actual romance, so no one really does it because it's treated like a joke, even though Iron Bull is the coolest character who deserves more respect.
He fucking is. He actually is.
But then like Sarah is a lesbian only, but she dates all other races, so you know that works out. And Dorian's gay with any race. But then, you know, there's like a character like Cullen, who I think is only female humans. And it's like, bro, like imagine you didn't know this, and you really like Cullen, because Cullen's the character all the women like, and you make a female elf, and Cullen's like, nah, fuck off.
No.
You just restart the game and waste all those hours. You don't get told that or anything, like you have to Google it, you have to figure it out, there's no like indication in game. Which is fair, because it'll be weird. They'd be like, oh, here's Cullen, he is only human sexual. But I was just talking about how like weird that is. Because like when we played it, I kept telling you I want to be a female Qunari, but there's no good romance options for being a female Qunari. So we ended up just being a human, and we went for Josephine. Because everyone likes Josephine, and I haven't romanced her yet. But you know, it creates an issue. It creates an issue when you can't play a race you want because there's you know, you want a romance character or there's certain things you want to do, but it's locked off by that. It depends though, because like just going like talking about Divinity, because I got Divinity recently. Divinity has a lot of unique racial stuff, which I'm fine with. So for instance, you know, there's lizards and there's the undead human dwarves, or you know, the basics. So you get 6 default characters who you can play as any one of the 6, or you can make your own character. But here's like the weird, interesting thing. Out of the 6 characters, they're actually your party members, but you can play as one of your party members. But there just won't be like a custom character. But you can also go solo with like party members. Like it's weird because it's based on like D&D. So the idea is every character is a main character. Like every character who's playable is a main character. So you can go off and you can go talk to someone as, you know, your companion and just do their dialogue and choose what they say and shit like that, and have them romance each other if you want. But Divinity is also 4-player co-op. So you can play with 4 people, and you can either play the 6 pre-made or make your own, and then have the 6 pre-made just be like, you know, optional companions you can bring along. But the interesting thing about it is, so say you're doing a custom character, right?
Yeah.
And you get all the races, and lizards, right? You know, you can breathe fire. You're a lizard, so fire doesn't affect you as much. But there's like some hidden stuff they don't tell you. So there's like treasure digging, right?
Yes.
Lizards don't need shovels, they just use their claws. And skeletons don't need lockpicks to pick locks, they just use their bony fingers.
Do you get it? To skeleton keys?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, pretty much. But like, and then like, you know, you don't have to level up thievery as a skeleton because you just get lockpicking off the bat with your finger.
Awesome.
But here's the unique thing. You can play undead for any race. You can be an undead lizard and get digging and lockpicking for free.
Wow.
Oh.
And shit like that. But then you lose the fire breathing because you're not, you know, you don't have the thing in you because you're a skeleton that produces fire.
You don't have fucking lungs.
Yeah, pretty much. Shit like that. And then it bounces around, and undead, you have to wear hooded clothing. You don't have to, but other characters and certain like, not just certain people, like, you can't go into cities and certain people will be scared of you because you're a skeleton. And to that, so usually you want to wear a helmet or a hood to hide your face. And if you pick an undead, you start off with a hood because they don't want to throw you in. But there's a party member called Fane, right, who's a skeleton.
Fane?
No, actually, it's Fane.
Oh, no.
Like, it's F-A-N-E.
Oh,
I'm trying to figure out how you
goodness.
pronounce it.
Oh god.
But he's great, he's this snobby skeleton, but he gets a helmet very early in the game that transforms him into any race he wants. Because he's a weird, like, shapeshifter guy, but he needs a mask to do it. But, so you can, if you want, he can be an elf, and elves have the weirdest ability. Because Keely
Mhm.
plays an elf, and she was telling me about it, and I didn't believe it at first. But elves have this weird ability that I've never seen in anything else. But if elves consume the flesh of someone, alive or dead, they get their memories and their powers.
That's what.
Ew.
So sometimes when you kill someone, or like a main character or a boss, you can get like their head or their limb, and you can consume their flesh to learn a technique or their history.
That's what.
It's really weird, but like you get a lot of lore and info from it, and you get like really OP from it. So like yeah, humans are obviously nothing. I don't know why you would pick a human when elves and dinosaurs can do ridiculous bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably just for role playing. But you know, like bruh, you can eat someone's flesh and gain their power.
Yeah.
I hate elves, but that's rad. But
Eat
what's
the
cool?
baby.
But
Eat the baby.
I made a custom character because you know I want to be a skeleton. I want to be skeleton.
Yeah.
And I
Nice.
went through and I was looking at you know all the traits you can get. It's D&D
Yeah.
shit, you know. So you get a bunch of bullshit. You get to choose your origins. If you don't, you only get to choose the shit if you pick a pre-made. You just get to pick that class.
Ah.
But I can't remember everything I did. But basically, I remember the perks I did because I could get one extra because the other two were already taken up by me being a skeleton. I
Mm-hmm.
can get one extra, and I got to get a friend of animals or something like that. Because it was just like, oh, you can like you know communicate with animals. I assumed that would be like you know in a fight. You know like how Fallout works. Like you aim a gun at them, and then you can tell them to leave or fight with you or something. That's how I assumed it would work. But no, you can talk with any animal ever, and they all have their own
Oh,
branching
wow.
dialogue choices.
Holy shit.
And I was like, bruh, imagine not getting this skill. You miss out on a lot of fucking dialogue.
Hmm.
And I was fucking baffled at that. So the first thing I did was I found a sheep and I ran up and talked to him, and they talked shit about me. Realizing
Yeah.
I thought I couldn't understand them.
That's so good.
And then like you get to choose your origins, and if you're making a character, you can pick two. And I can't remember all of them, but I chose Jester and Noble because I was like, you know, Skeleton's a smug asshole. So, you know, he's a
Yeah.
noble, and Jester because Jester gets a lot of options. One thing to note about Jester. Every time I've gotten a Jester option in dialogue, because you only get those options if you chose those origins, it never ends well. It just
Oh.
seems you shit-talk the enemy into hurting you.
Yeah.
The only time it worked well was there was a crying kid, and I told him a knock-knock joke. That's the only time it worked well. But other times it'll be like, what are you doing here? And then just like, you just do the Jester options like, you stink, and then you just get killed. Like, instantly, they just shoot you.
That's awesome. That's
Like that.
amazing.
But also, here's the most interesting thing about Divinity, right? Because, you know,
Mm.
very complicated, like, RPGs. Like, not complicated, but, like, there's a lot going on just with the character side. And I haven't talked about gameplay, right?
Yeah.
But here's a cool thing, right? So say you just don't want to deal with any of those characters, like those 6 characters or that story. Fuck it. There's a Dungeon Master mode where you create your own campaign with 4 friends to play it.
Nice.
And it works like a D&D master, where you kind of sit back on the screen where you get a visual of the map and see what they're doing, and you can set up events.
That's
and it
cool.
works exactly like D&D. I haven't seen any footage of it or played it, I just looked at it and went, this is very complex, and I don't even know how normal D&D works, so I'm not even gonna try. But that's a really cool thing, because if you had like 5, if you didn't like the gameplay, but you liked hosting it, and you had 4 friends that liked the gameplay, that works out perfectly. You can just keep making a bunch of bullshit.
Mm.
Yeah, but Cormac got it because he basically was like just bored, and he was like, "Oh, what games did you get?" And I was like, "I got Dark Souls 3, I got this, and I got For Honor." And he was like, "Well, I'll get Divinity then." And I'm like, "Are you sure?" And I feel like these weird RPGs aren't really your thing, Cormac. And he was like, "Yeah, no, I'll get it." Yeah.
And get it, he did.
He hasn't tried it yet. He went into character creator and backed out because there was too much going on. You know, but I think I'll like Divinity. I meant to play more of it today, but I ended up playing For Honor Cormac instead. But I might play more tomorrow. It's
Nice.
interesting, but it seems very long
Yeah.
with all this system shit. Because apparently I'm not even done the tutorial, and I played 3 hours. And I thought I was done with it because you start on like a ship. Also, I did this completely by accident. You can start the game by killing all your companions by accident.
Oh.
Oh.
The game
Fun.
starts and you're all like prisoners on a boat, right?
Yeah.
And then like a kraken attacks. And you walk
That's
through the whole
awesome.
deck beforehand, before the kraken attack, and you talk to everyone. You don't have to, you can just walk ahead if you don't care. But I talked to everyone because I was like, what's going on here? And then I went off ahead, and then the kraken attacks, and then there's a lifeboat, and then there's a hatch that you can go down. The game doesn't tell you can, but there's a hatch you can go down. I went down it because, you know, I was like, oh, well, if I just saved, so I'll just reload if I die. I just want to see if there's, like, a sword or something down here, because I didn't have a weapon yet. And, it was, and then I ran down, I just yelled out to everyone, Kraken, make for the ship! And then that was all the companions, and they didn't, apparently they just fucking drown and die.
Wow.
And you can play through the game solo.
Holy
Because
shit.
they all fucking die, and I was like, why? But also, so far, out of the 6 companions, because you only use 4, you know, normal RPG rules.
Yeah. Yep.
I've only stuck with a couple and I switched one out, but my first companion, who I decided was going to be a companion from the second I spoke to him, is the Red Prince, who's the starting lizard character you can play as. But the Red Prince is the fucking best. He is a huge, cocky, smug asshole.
Yes,
he speaks
nice.
Like, he speaks how you would think just a pompous asshole speaks. But the reason I like him so much is I ran up to him and I'm a skeleton, and he just instantly assumes you're his slave, even though he's a prisoner with you. And then he asks you a bunch of questions about, you know, slaves and like, what do you do? And I was like, yeah, I can cook. No, I don't like dressing. And he was like, okay, how smart are you? And I was like, oh, average intelligence. Okay, good. You want to be smarter than me. And then basically now, because I chose those options, he just thinks I'm his slave.
No.
So I go around, he's like, oh yes, my slave, I see you survived the ship too. Good job saving me. Good, you knew to come back for your master like a good dog.
Hey, bruh.
Anyway, let's continue.
Great.
And then I like
Amazing.
Fine, or whatever, how do you pronounce it? It's a weird fantasy name, but I like him. He's a skeleton. Skeletons are cool.
Yep.
Yep. I had those two, and then there's me, so you know, I need one more party member. Which is really hard to pick, because the other, like, 3, maybe 4, I'm trying to remember if there's one I'm forgetting, are all kind of interesting. There's one that's definitely better, but I needed, you know, variety in my team. Because I'm a rogue, I like my dagger, cunning, persuasion boys. And the Red Prince surprised me, he is a warrior. I expected him to either be a mage or a rogue. But no, he's a heavy-hitting warrior, which surprised me, because he's a fucking elegant douchebag. And then Fane is a caster. He's a wizard.
Ooh,
well, actually, his
nice.
class is technically battle mage because there's like 8 categories of mage, but whatever. Well, like, because technically I'm a necromancer rogue, but like, there's just so much bullshit.
Yeah.
But just for the sake of it, he's just a wizard. And I was like, well, we need like a ranged rogue or something, right? And then the other party member I find first, because I didn't know what the other ones were first, is it's a mercenary dude. He's a warrior. He was cool, but, you know, he's just generic white mercenary soldier guy, so I wasn't too into him.
Well,
because, you know, I'm traveling with a skeleton who hates gods and human history, and the guy who thinks I'm his slave. I don't want a normal dude. I want a weirdo.
You don't want Call of Duty protagonist.
Well, the idea is that you would pick him, because he's the first character they select to show you. So the idea is that you play as him, but, like, you know, I don't care about you. You're a generic guy. I'm more generic. I'm a skeleton.
Yeah.
So I had him for a bit because I couldn't figure out what the other ones were, and then there's a pirate dwarf who I wanted, but he's also a tank. And then after like heavy, like, you know, thinking about it, I decided to go to Red Prince because, you know, pirate dwarf, cool guy, he's really nice, but, you know, he ain't a scumbag.
No,
he's too nice.
He won't like fuck you over. He won't inexplicably fuck you over in the near future.
Yeah, so I ended up leaving. I'm on good terms with him, so I can recruit him wherever I want. Like, I can just go back and get him. But I don't think I will, because I don't think the Red Prince is leaving my party. And then it's the elf girl, who I'm not really that into. She's a rogue, and I think I can make her range jump. I wasn't too into her because she's racist to lizards and skeletons. It's a team of 2 skeletons and a lizard.
Yeah.
So I went, yeah, let's not get a... We can use an elf, you know, for that flesh. But no, I don't like her. And then the other one was just a human girl who's, like, possessed by a demon, and sometimes it, like, takes over her, and you have to, like, forcefully fight her. Like, during certain missions and dialogue of other characters, the demon might come out in, like, a rage, and you have to beat up your own party member. They're like, we need that. That's the one we need.
Yeah.
We need a wild card that might kill us randomly. So let's get her. So I got rid of mercenary for her, and I made her... She was also a mage, but here's the thing with that game. You can technically make anyone any class, but they're set attributes, so like set to certain things. And obviously, you know, like the dwarf isn't going to be a good mage. He doesn't have any intelligence. But she was like when I was looking at a guide kind of thing, it said she works as a ranger, so I made her a ranger. And so she's my ranged. I'm just like fucking. I just summon the dead and eat people. Well, not eat dead. I just heal from their blood. Oh yeah, weird thing about skeletons that took me a while to like get used to is healing potions hurt them. So when I picked up healing potions, my brain would go, "Oh, I used a healing potion, then I'd lose 40 health." You have to drink poison to heal yourself.
And fucking die.
Yeah.
That's great.
You had to drink poison to heal yourself.
Poison's probably more. You can probably find poison easier than potion.
Well, no, the thing is, so like with my caster boy Fane, right? He shoots poison balls that leave like little poison puddles, so I just go stand in them.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
And so I have an ability as well as a necromancer, which is if I stand in blood, I get health as well. So I'm just gonna get to a point where if I stand in anything, I heal.
Hell
That's my
yeah.
goal.
What you want?
Divinity is very neat. I don't know what characters are good. I just when I was looking at like the guide checks, I didn't know where to find the other companions because I thought maybe I messed up. But everyone literally in
Question for you.
Oh yeah, what's up?
So you've been talking about Divinity 2, which I've been
looking at
for like a fucking year at this point.
I wouldn't have got it if it wasn't on sale because I was scared of the price.
Yeah, oh no, I have always been scared of its price. Every time it's gone on sale, I've been like, oh, maybe.
That's what Cormac was saying, because I was talking about it because Keely was talking about Keely said she wanted people to play with, and I was looking at it, and I was like, because it's very much like Baldur's Gate, and I really like Baldur's Gate, but Baldur's Gate is still in, like, demo. There's a lot of it. Baldur's Gate is like 90 hours long, even in its demo stage, and the demo's only a tutorial, and it's still 90 hours.
What the fuck? What? How?
Baldur's Gate is going to be huge. You don't even get to Baldur's Gate, which is the main city in the demo.
No.
Baldur's Gate's supposed to be the start of the story. You don't even get there in the demo.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, but it was really fun and there was a lot of shit going on. Divinity's like it, except it's not nearly as fucking extreme ridiculous. There's a little ridiculousness to it, like like I was saying, skeleton shit. But Baldur's Gate's gonna have like bards and more classes and more races, and then it's going to be a whole different beast by the end.
Christ.
But so I ended up refunding Baldur's Gate because I was like, it's a demo. If I really want it, I'll get it when it's fully out, which will probably be 10 years from now.
Yes.
But
20.
Divinity, I would recommend if you like RPGs, and if it's a good multiplayer thing. Like I said, you can make your own stories. If you think you'll be interested in it, definitely get it on sale because it's usually like $90.
Yeah. Ooh. Is it worth getting it for multiplayer?
I haven't tried the multiplayer yet.
As well.
Okay. I imagine the multiplayer depends who you play with, because I'm assuming if you play with the normal multiplayer, it's going to be the same story. But if you play with someone like, I imagine Cormac, right? They don't shoot talk my boy Cormac or my mans. I don't think he's really going to pay attention to the story and shit if he plays it with me. I think he's going to go grind until you kill something. Well, I would probably want to listen to the dialogue, because that's why I always do Precision builds, because I want to look at all the dialogue. But yeah, I think the multiplayer comes down to who you play with.
Fair enough.
And also, like I said, you can play as the party members, which means there will be no creator character. So if you really just want pure story, you can go like, okay, well, I'm gonna be the Red Prince, you go be Fane. Right? And play like that. Or you can make your own character. Like, say me and you were playing it, Alex. And I make my own OC, you make your own OC, and then we go, well, I want Red Prince, so he's my foe, and then you get to pick a companion, right? Since you need 4.
Yep.
Shit like that.
Okay.
Yes.
But like, I'll play the multiplayer with you, but like I'm saying it maybe like you gotta figure you play it with, because like, I love Cormac, but I doubt he would want to pay attention to the really long story.
Yeah.
True.
But then there's like Dungeon Master mode as well, but you're gonna need like 5 people for that.
And good fucking luck.
Yeah. Like I feel like Ben would like that, and Keely already has it, and Cormac's got it now, so maybe. But like it's still a lot of effort and setup. It's one of those things where it's like you gotta plan this shit out for a while. It's like a normal D&D.
Yeah.
Like normal D&D and Cognitive things, you really gotta plan ahead for a while. Get your characters ready, all that shit. You gotta plan out, you gotta talk to each other, like who's gonna be what build and all that.
Oh god. All that nerd shit, yeah.
Which I ended up arguing with Tate because he wanted to be the Persuasion Rogue too, and I was like, but that's all I'm good at. That's the only thing I think about playing. He's like, but I want to do it too. I'm like, we can't have two bard-like people. That will not end well.
Yeah. No.
Which is usually why I usually team up with Cormac, because Cormac likes being just a big wall of flesh with a sword. It's like jabbed in it. That's what Cormac's into.
That's
So
great.
he goes well with like an assist class like a bard, because he'll go in and hit, and I'll just put the enemies to sleep or heal them. And do what to do. Man, I love bards. I need more games that let me play as a bard.
God bless.
Because bards can be super OP if they're handled well. But it also comes down to luck because dice rolls. Yeah, I love bards. That's why I usually go rogue, because it's the closest you can get.
Fucking
It's the same thing, quick and...
Beastmasters. Beastmasters
druids?
are the coolest shit.
Druids turn into it. There's a term for people that like have a wolf or a bear with them. I think it's something just like huntsman. Oh, ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah, rangers usually have like a sword or bow, and they get like a wolf or a bear.
Awesome.
They usually will
why I
probably
love.
have a perk and or quirk that's like animal friend or like pet person, which is like you can talk or interact with other animals while fighting or in the wild.
Yeah. That's my
And
shit.
where druids turn into the animal, and are probably freaks.
They're
Druids
fucking
are probably-
furries.
You can be a summoner in Divinity, and you can just summon wolves if you want to that.
Hell yeah.
There's a whole, like I said, there's multiple trees. I can't remember all of them, but there's geomancers, which is obviously rock and water, and like fire probably. Oh no, never mind, because pyromancy is a completely different tree. Dude, there's fire, then there's like earth and water. There's one that's called like crawler. It starts with a C. But from what I understand, it's just like weird bullshit magic, like turn your arm into a tentacle and then like summon a bunch of flies on the enemy. It seems to just be weird magic.
Yes, that's great.
And then there's necromancy, which is the one I went for. Necromancy's edgy, but I love summoning me a skeleton boy.
Yeah.
And then there's like your usual stuff, but there's shit like that, and then there's two different rogues and shit like that, and then obviously there's no set in class. It's more like just build your own thing. You get a set like a preset, but the game tells you like you're probably not gonna stick as like a fighter because there's so many trees and bullshit that by the end of it you'll be a fucking fighter geomancer giving yourself earth armor.
And who doesn't want that shit? That sounds rad.
Yeah. Or you can be like a fucking fighter with just that earth thing, because against the first level, and you summon all wolf power as well as summon skeletons. Obviously,
Actually, the greatest
obviously
shit
that'll
ever.
take a while to get to, probably. But yeah, you can mix and match whatever you want. You can have a tentacle arm fucking knight who rides a fucking bear.
Beautiful.
I don't know if you can ride the bear, you should.
You should.
It would be epic. I feel like whenever I play the video, I'm gonna put the one where you talk to animals on, because there's been so much shit that comes out of it. I found a dog whose owner died, and I comforted it, and then it gave me a key that unlocked the fucking easy way to beat the tutorial.
Whoa.
That's fucking sick.
And then it's like, well, if I didn't have this perk, I wouldn't have been able to get this fucking key.
Exactly.
Obviously, I didn't beat the tutorial because I
Holy
wanted to see if
shit.
there was anything else I would miss. Like a weapon or two,
Yeah.
or like...
I've been like
quests.
in and out on this. I'm trying to sort out fucking files on my PC.
Oh, good. Yeah, Divinity.
But yeah, Divinity does sound pretty interesting.
I would
How
recommend.
much
I
is
would
it on
just say like
sale
I would
for
show
at
it
the
to
moment?
you, but I think it goes off sale on Friday. Is the thing? Because I would be
Oh,
like,
yeah,
oh,
it's
just come to
the
my house and
9th
look
that
at it.
all
But
ends, isn't it?
yeah, but we'll probably be working. I could probably just screen share it like
Roll.
tomorrow night or something to you.
We'll probably be working me who works full time 9 to 5. Yep, I'll be working. Don't worry about
I mean,
it.
like, if you want like tomorrow night or the night after
Definitely.
that, if I'm not doing anything, I can just screen share it to you. You can have a look
That'd-
at it.
That'd probably be the
Yeah,
best.
because like, that's the main
Just
reason why
weird.
like I was
Yeah.
telling Colmac that he might want to look at some videos, because I'm a big RPG loser guy. Like, I really like Baldur's Gate, even though Baldur's Gate's pretty hard to get into. But I was telling him like, Colmac, I know you like your RPGs, you like Kingdom Come, and you like those kind of RPGs, but I don't know if you would be into a top-down like 200-hour fucking RPG
Yeah.
that's like heavily dialogue based. I mean, he might, because he surprised me, but I feel because like Colmac likes that kind of thrill of like getting into a fight. in game. He likes the game to be hard. What the fuck?
What the fuck,
That
Chris?
scared the shit out of me.
You good, bro?
Oh, my fucking computer just fucking died. Oh my god.
What song was it?
It was fucking Mario.
How did you not hear that? You were listening to it, obviously.
It was Hotel Mario.
Shut up.
Okay.
Chris, you're like...
And
You're a weird kid, Chris. You're fucking weird.
You love me. You love me.
No,
Love your mum.
go away.
Yeah.
Disgust.
Love your mum, lol.
Disgust.
Lol? Yeah,
Love me.
Lol.
because I feel like Cormac will keep it, and then he won't refund it, but he won't ever play it. And then he would have wasted $20.
We need to actually play Hunt Showdown at some point,
Yeah,
because at the moment,
now that my Wi-Fi actually works.
I have played fucking 90 minutes, I no longer refund it, and I'm like, well, I haven't even played it since then.
I mean, if you want, we can just do something on Wednesday for it, because I got to stream Wednesday and I had nothing planned.
Wednesday, I will probably be at the gun club shooting pistols.
Yeah. I would say Friday as well, but Fridays were fight nights. And
Understand.
I have to do Skullgirls. I said I'll do Skullgirls like 2 weeks ago.
Well, that's, yeah. If you, like, I don't mind not streaming.
I mean, yeah, we don't have to stream. I was just saying, like, stream-wise, Wednesday would be the best for me. But we
Well,
don't
at
have
the
to,
moment,
obviously.
I just don't even. I am possibly gonna stream tomorrow if my internet's holding up. I was thinking about doing it tonight before you messaged me, and I was like, oh, easy, no worries.
What the thing
But,
with like streaming, right? Not saying that you're like Quentin or anything, Dad, but like when I was doing the moving, right, it was pretty hard for me to just go, I'll do it. Like once I was done with the whole movie, like
Yeah.
because I did stream for half like the month, it was pretty hard for me to just go, yeah, get back into streaming.
Yeah, oh
I
no,
just
it's
played Strive.
really annoying me at the moment. I want to stream so badly,
But like your
but I
brain
know
slash
that
body
every
just
time
can't be bothered.
No, it's not my brain and body, it's my fucking internet.
Well, that's how I felt at
It's
first with
so-
like the stuff, but then it kept happening, and then it kind of just killed my want to stream.
Yeah, well that's the thing, so I really still want to, and I'm at the point where I'm
I
like,
know
oh,
you're
I just keep
trying
on
to,
playing other stuff.
Like,
Because
fight
I
it.
have tried so many things to fix. I've literally been like, every couple of nights I'm like tweaking the internet settings, I'm messing with shit. I've tried to contact the actual provider several times, but the only way to contact them is with a fucking online chat. And
Ew.
they just go in circles telling me to like, oh, have you tried restarting it?
That's
I'm
the
like,
worst.
bitch, I am a fucking
I
technician.
know. It's
I
the
have tried
worst.
restarting it. I have tried every configurable cable thing. I've tried a second modem. I've done all these different settings. I've even tried port forwarding and other garbage. And she's like, "What's port forwarding?" I'm like, "Holy fuck!" So basically, the plan at the moment is I've convinced Mum, because she also hates how fucking hard it is to contact them. We're gonna switch our internet provider to the one I was using in Perth.
Mhm.
Australian-based, their phone numbers, the people on the phone know advanced like network setup shit, and they can just help you instantly. And like even if the internet doesn't get better, we will be able to contact them and get them to set it up and like organize people to come look at it and have a look at it. Someone will get something done rather than trying to do a fucking online chat. What will tell me to do is, oh, try a speed test and restart it, and then do another speed test and see if it gets better. I'm like, what?
You're gonna love.
No, let's go. You
Of
know,
the-
when my mother was trying to cancel the
Speed
toaster
test.
first, right? Because this is what I get why it's the same thing of like why everyone hates car salesmen, but you respect the hustle because if they don't do it, they don't get their paycheck.
Mm.
But like, my mom was like, "Hey, can I cancel this thing?" And then the guy was like,
Yeah.
you had it for 13 years. You are a very good customer, yes." And then she was like, "Yeah, can I cancel?" And it's like, do you want this?" And she's like, she's like, "We've had it for 13 years. Never been offered any deal. I want it gone." He's like, "No, you're one of our favorite customers. Please don't leave." And then they go on for like 40 minutes, and you're just like, "I just want to cancel," and they just keep going. They just want to
Yeah.
tie you
God
out
damn
so that you give up.
Yep.
And it's like, I get why you have to, but bruh, just
Oh,
give
shit.
me a refund.
Divinity's fucking 60% off. I can actually afford that with the refund money I got from refunding it to the
Pog.
game. Hell yeah. You don't have to spend any extra money. Don't you fucking say Pog to me. Don't you fucking say Pog.
I like how long,
Poggers.
I like the delay between the reaction to the pog. It's like your brain had to fully, like your brain was trying to reject it, but it couldn't.
Don't you
Oh, I fucking
fucking Pog
I had to,
me.
like-
I will peg you.
I had to. I basically like kind of yelled at Coleman, not like angry yell, but I was like, "Bro, stop." He was really bored yesterday, right? He's
Oh,
in
no.
uni at the moment,
Oh,
and
no.
I just wanted to play Divinity like
Yeah.
single player, right? He
Yeah.
didn't even have it yet. I just wanted
Yeah.
to play a single player because I just got it, and he kept calling me because he wanted to just like play Ion or something. I was like, "Bro, I'm trying to play Divinity." He's like, "Can you send a call?" So I'm like, "Bro, it's a single player RPG."
Yeah, like, bro.
Like I need to like, kind of focus
yeah.
on the dialogue. And like, I don't. It's not that I don't want to hang out with you, bro. But it's like we can play For Honor tomorrow, which we did today. But like I'm playing this big single player RPG. I want to look at the dialogue. It's the start, and then I might say something very important, and then I won't see it, and then I won't understand what's happening for the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Which has happened a couple times. It happened when I tried playing Death Stranding with Ryan because he kept like talking over everything and I had no clue. To be fair, I still don't have no clue what's going on even though I looked into it. So it didn't matter.
Death Stranding's fucking weird.
But you know what I mean? Where it's like,
Oh, yeah,
like an
It's
RPG.
the principle. It's the
Did
principle.
you know Hideo Kojima is re-releasing the game?
On PS5.
What? It's only
Yeah.
been out for like fucking what, a year and a half, 2 years?
Yep. No, but
Not even that
Kojima,
old.
Kojima is like smart and he can make good stuff, but he's a scumbag.
Kojima is
Oh.
a fucking hack. I love him.
No, me and Chris always talk shit about Kojima, but it's like, but god damn it, can he make a good game sometimes?
True shit.
God damn, do I hate that I love you.
Yes,
It's an abusive relationship being a fan of Kojima.
it is. It really is.
Because like sometimes like you get like Metal Gear games. Like, Metal Gear is always pretty solid, even if it doesn't have a good story or the gameplay's weird. It's always a solid experience. But then you get some like weird shit or like I don't want to say I hate Death Stranding. I just more hate my experience with Death Stranding. Because I had a really bad
I really.
kind of situation playing it because not like to shit on the boy, but it's just like couldn't comprehend anything that was going on and being told I have to like it really ruined it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, I didn't like it, but then I was being told that I have to like it, which then just made me despise it. And then like so I just have a bad time with Death Stranding. I just don't want to touch it. And it's like I hate this game, but goddamn it, Kojima, I love your stupid fucking Japanese face.
Honestly.
You big fucking idiot. He's in Cyberpunk, don't you know?
He fucking is. He actually
I
is.
saw
God
that,
damn
and
it.
my brain didn't comprehend it at first. So,
What?
Kojima is in Cyberpunk. He's an Easter egg.
Oh god.
He's you know when you go to the big building with Jackie in the tutorial?
Yes.
And then Jackie goes up to an elevator. If you don't go to the elevator and you go to the bar, Kojima's sitting at the bar.
Wow.
You know, he's actually
There's
sitting
like
at a lounge
two
in the bar,
girls in his
surrounded
arms.
with 2 girls in his arm, and there's like a fanboy going, "Oh my god, it's him!"
Jesus.
And I sort of
How
like,
big of an
fucking-
ego does that man have?
But the thing about that means is people that really hate Kojima now have a model of him in game to just murder.
Yeah.
That's why celebrities should never add themselves into video games, because people just abuse the shit and make porn out of their models.
Uh-huh.
It
Baba
happens,
Booey.
it happens with everyone. Because it's
Diva.
either hate or huge. Well, Diva's not a real person, but yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Overwatch characters will never not be looted. Like looted.
Yeah, well that's what happens when you
That's-
dress them up in spandex.
Well, that's the thing that really upsets me about Overwatch, right? Because I do enjoy Overwatch gameplay, and I do like some characters. I like Tracer, and I like, Reaper's edgy as shit, but I love that. I love how overly
Yeah.
edgy he is.
Yeah.
And like, I like McCree and all that. But then they always like, oh no, we want to be diverse. We want diverse characters, but every girl has the same face. Doesn't
It's
matter what
fucking
race they
true.
are, they have the same face, and they all wear like these skin tight or like skin tight clothes, and all their costumes are, like bikinis, and it's like, bruh. 'Cause, like, you know Ash, right? The cowboy girl they added, right? And she's cool,
Yeah.
but I just wish she was an old lady, like an old lady cowboy.
Yeah, right?
Oh, dude, that would be
Yeah,
sick.
but no, she's like this weird, pretty 20-year-old
Now that
lady.
you mention it,
No, someone mentioned it. Someone said to me I hate Ash. I'm like, why? Ash is like a cool cowboy. It's like, imagine if Ash was like an old scarred-faced lady. And I was like, oh shit.
Exactly.
She has her big robot bodyguard as well. So you had this old grizzled lady with this huge robot guy. But yeah, it sucks that they kind of compromise female designs to make them pretty. And I get that you want the character to be appealing, but you know, kind of sucks that you sacrifice a good thing. You know, Soldier 76 is cool, even though he's just a generic soldier guy. He's cool. You didn't sexualize him that much.
No.
He's just a regular dude. Can't sexualize a regular dude, apparently.
Yeah, but like, you know, the only like females in Overwatch I can think of that are different is like Mei and Zarya. And Mei is like not even like Mei just looks kind of like a normal person.
Yeah, legit.
And Zarya is just a big buff like Russian lady. And I like both of them, but you know, Mei's just a normal person. They act like that's a big deal. Yeah.
Funny.
Remember fucking probably should say, I'll just say Crayon. That was his name anyway. I think we said his name on streams anyway, but I'll try stop saying it.
Yeah. When he got upset over fucking diva delusions.
Not just that, he got pissed at what was it? He got he generally got angry and got like super pissed that Trace is a lesbian.
No, this boy got fucking scarred over diva delusions, and I read him. Like I was in a cold. Yeah, and it was the funniest shit ever.
But he gets mad over really dumb shit, but like the one I remember is he was fucking going off at Tracer being gay, and it wasn't about, you know, like, oh, SJWs, he was just like, no, Tracer's straight. Tracer likes dudes. And it's like, what? She's been gay since like before the game came out. I was like, no, she likes dick. Shut up. It was such a weird argument, it made no sense. He didn't give any proof, he just like, no, she does. I can't remember who it was. Someone just said at some point like, bro, you can't fuck Tracer, stop being angry.
God.
Stop angry. Wasn't he also a Diva fanboy later? What, didn't he used to shit on Diva and then became a Diva fan?
I think so, yes.
You either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain.
Oh, that boy was the funniest.
He's a weird kid. Remember when I was messaging you about, like, because we were going to have a big group thing, and I said to not invite him, and he stole your phone and read the messages?
Yep.
And then he got, like, really angry at me, and I was just like, yeah, we don't want you, bro. Because you can't lie at that point.
Yeah.
We're just going to call him Crayon, but I'll message... Chris, you messaged him his name, so I just kind of forgot how to spell it.
I never actually learned.
I think I know how, but I got that baby brain at the moment. I don't think you would know him anyway, besides me talking about him, Alex.
Yeah, that would...
But,
yep, gotcha.
But he's a weird kid, and so what was I saying? What was I saying? Sorry, my brain died. I was trying to remember how to spell his names.
I never actually learned how to spell it either.
Talking about his Overwatch thing. It led to
the phone message.
Yeah, so basically, there was a group thing going. I think we were playing a horror game or something. I think it was when we were playing Outlast for the first time.
Yeah.
And it was at my house because my parents weren't home, so we were gonna have a big sleepover at my house. And so I told Chris, get, you know, just Malloy, Tay, you know, the gang. Tell them to come to my house because I think I was sick and we were doing it on Sunday and it was like a Thursday. And I was like, tell them that, and I was like, but don't make sure Kyron doesn't hear. I don't want him there.
No, because
he's a weirdo.
I can't even fucking start on the amount of shit.
He's a weird kid. But this is one of the reasons we didn't want him is for what he did right after. So, Crayon, right, weird kid. He's not as weird as the other kids we talk about, but he's just kind of annoying. But
this is the
he
same.
Steals people's phones and just looks through their photos and messages. It's really weird. But he just would like yank the phone off Chris and like was reading his messages. So he read me saying, "Make sure Karen doesn't hear. I don't want him at my house." So then he doesn't say anything to me till like Monday the next week. Like, hey Dylan, I saw your message. Like, yeah, I didn't want you because at that point you can't lie. You had to be honest.
True.
If you lie, you just prove it you're a pussy. You can't just stand around like, yeah, no, I don't want you. I don't remember exactly what I said, or something like, you know, oh, we had a lot of people, and, you know, we had Jess over and Malloy, and when you three are all together, it's really loud. Like that, and, you know, my nan's still home, and it's all true. Plus the fact I just didn't want him there, because he's weird.
Yep.
But yeah, surprisingly, he didn't get angry at me. He kind of got over it real quickly. But yeah, he's a fucking weird kid.
Yeah, little do you know, he's just like got a knife and
yeah, like
plotting at
there's a picture of me on like a punching bag with darts in it.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll get my revenge. Just you wait.
Keep in mind, this
He's
is the
listening.
same
He's
kid.
listening to the stream right now, trying to like geolocate where I am by my voice.
We always talk about the fire
Oh, the fire
extinguisher
that's
joke.
because it's the best thing.
It is.
The fire extinguisher thing is that we spent like an hour last stream talking about it, like last podcast.
It's so
fire
good.
extinguisher thing. You know what we're talking about, Alex? 'Cause I'm pretty sure I told you. Yeah, no, I would have.
What?
The fire extinguisher thing. With that kid.
Oh yes,
Yes.
yes, it did. The
That
fucking joke.
Yeah, and he like loses it, and he's like in tears. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
To be fair, there are just sometimes you just get a laughing fit. Like when we were watching Friday, no, we were watching Nightmare on Elm Street, Alex, and you were losing it over Freddy Krueger butt cheeks or something.
Like, dude,
Yeah, you were like, I thought you were dying. A comic like leaned over and said like, "Is he choking?"
I was just laughing super hard, and then there was something.
Me to get into a
I
laughing
was like,
fit.
it literally there was something else that I was like completely thinking the wrong thing about a different character in one of the other movies.
Oh, you were on like your iPad or something, and you looked up, and they were at a graveyard, but it was a hole for a tombstone. And you're like, that's dumb.
Yeah.
That would never fit him in it. And I was like, that's a tombstone
Yeah.
for Alex. And he lost it in there. To be fair, that's really funny. I like the visual of fucking Michael Myers, like 9-foot Michael Myers crammed in a tiny hole.
Looked up and I was like, is that a fucking girl for a baby or something? Like, he's not gonna fit in there.
And I was like,
Yeah, well,
so
that was just like, what the fuck?
Gore got really angry because he was really into it.
Yeah.
He got angry. To be fair, the best movie out of all those movies we watched was Evil Dead 3.
With the fucking skeletons.
Yeah, Bad Ash and the fucking helicopter car.
Dude.
Dude, the fucking
best.
skeletons were like, do you remember this scene right before he busted out the car? The skeletons were on the wall, and it like super zoomed onto one of those faces, and it just shook around and rattled.
Yeah, like someone was holding it below the camera.
Fucking
But
great.
my favorite skeleton thing that happens in that is so I'll try and recap the whole story for Chris to get to the point of ridiculousness. Alright?
Yeah.
So Evil Dead 1, normal horror movie. Nothing wacky happens in it. There's zombies, right? There's
Yes.
zombie people. Ash is the only survivor. The second movie is Ash trying to recall what happened in the first movie, but it's really fucking ludicrous because he's batshit. And he makes up shit about him getting a chainsaw arm, and he's talking to deer heads on the wall, and he's just insane.
And the girl
Yeah,
is different every time.
every movie the girlfriend is different because he doesn't remember. The only thing he says that is consistent is that she's hot. Which, and then in the third movie, it's just him recapping the story to someone at work. But it's just like, so I was fighting zombies, and then I went back in time to the medieval era with King Arthur.
Yeah.
And then he's put in a pit, and he has his chainsaw arm and shotgun. And he's in a pit, and he's fighting a zombie, and then he climbs out of the pit, and then he shoots the shotgun, and then all the knights and peasants just shit themselves in fear. He's like, what the fuck is that? And then, like, he's the chosen one. So then they take him into a blacksmith, and the blacksmith turns his chainsaw arm into a robot arm. And then he's...
In medieval times.
Yeah, medieval times.
Yeah.
He sleeps with a princess. Then he goes off on a journey to get the Necronomicon. And the like scholar is like, I gotta say these things. He keeps repeating, and Ash goes, "Listen, nerd, I'll figure it out." And then shoves him away and walks off.
Yeah.
And he goes into like a windmill, in which he finds a mirror, and I don't remember why, but he breaks it. And then a bunch of his tiny reflections in the glass jump out, and the tiny little ashes. And he has a fight with like 50 tiny Ash Williams.
That's so good.
One jumps up his ass, and then he kills all the others. But then the one up his ass comes out and then grows up to be the same size as him, and he refers to himself as Bad Ash.
His ass.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
Ash, if you will.
Yeah.
Not.
And they have a fight in the forest in which the bad Ash does the thumb on his nose finger thing. And then he's like, what you gonna do, huh? And then Ash just shoots him with a shotgun. He fucking dies. And then Ash finds Necronomicon. And then he didn't listen to what the scholar said, so he just grabs a bunch of bullshit and accidentally summons all the undead, which brings Bad Ash back. And Bad Ash has a half skeleton head. And then Ash returns to the kingdom, like, you summoned the zombies, Ash. William's like, yeah, but I got the books. You gotta send me home now. And then the prince is like, but Ash, aren't you gonna stay or take me with you? Aren't we in love? And he goes, listen, babe, that's a one-night stand. Get used to it. And he goes to leave. he goes to leave, but then he feels bad because they made him a robot arm or something. So he's like, listen, I'll help fight off the evil dead one last time, but then you gotta send me home. So then they get his car, and they don't show you what they're doing to his car, you just know they're doing something, and then a skeleton army arrives. Oh no, Bad Ash kidnaps the princess, and that's why Ash stays, I forgot. And Bad Ash takes on his master reveal he's Bad Ash, and he says to the princess, give me some sugar, baby, and licks his weird skeleton jaw.
Yeah.
And then Bad Ash shows up with a skeleton army to fight King Arthur and Ash Williams. And then they're having sword fights with skeletons. And then as the battle gets dire, the blacksmith drives out of the fucking workshop with the car, which has been scrapped and turned into a fucking, like, land helicopter.
Mad Max, Mad Max with a helicopter
like,
rotor, like, on a 45-degree angle
like,
sticking out the front of it.
And Cormac's losing his
just
shit at this point
around.
because Cormac said they were going to make a stupid helicopter car or something.
Yeah,
he said they're gonna make a helicopter and fly away or something.
And then it was a heli car, and he lost his mind.
And he was just screaming. And then Bad Ash gets thrown off a building and gets like a bunch of boiling water poured on him. And then they think it's over, but then Bad Ash appears and he's just a skeleton. And when he's just a skeleton, he speaks like Skeletor.
Oh my god.
And then
That's two.
he goes, I'll get you, Ash! And he climbs up the ladder at like light speed.
Holy shit.
And then he has a sword fight with Bad Ash, mono y mono, and then he wins. And then he kisses the princess, and then it cuts to modern day where he's working at Walmart. And then his fellow employee is like, that didn't happen, Ash, you're stupid. And Ash like winks at the camera, and then a zombie attacks. And then it zooms out to show Ash has like a holster, like which would usually be for a pistol, but it's a ridiculously large one that's holding his shotgun.
He has an entire like pump-action shotgun in.
Yeah, it's like a giant pistol holder that goes down to his foot, holding his shotgun. And then he pulls it out and spins it like a revolver, and then shoots a zombie to death. And then a random Walmart like worker like clings to him, like a random Walmart female just clings to him, and he goes, shop smart, shop S-smart, and then it ends.
Yeah, he was working at S-Smart.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Evil Dead 3 is the best movie ever made.
God bless.
Actually good.
No,
There's
like,
an Ash
besides
vs.
like
Evil
how
Dead
ridiculous,
Netflix
like,
series.
describing it makes it seem like it's like a room shitty movie, but no, it's an actually really high quality like made movie.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
And like the listing of Evil Dead movies go, Evil Dead 1 is legitimately horrifying and like great. It's legitimately like it's a psychological thriller. There's not a lot of like intense gore besides that pencil scene. But like it's a psychological thriller watching a man actually lose his mind. And then Evil Dead 2 is kind of wacky, but it's more like it's just a retelling. And then Evil Dead 3 is just ridiculous balls to the wall action movie.
Yeah.
No horror element that I can think of.
Dylan, do you remember if we bought or rented those movies?
I think I rented Evil Dead 1 and 2, and Evil Dead 3 was just free on YouTube.
Oh yeah! Alright, we'll have to fucking watch it in Discord.
Yeah, it's great. Evil Dead 3, I'm pretty sure is legitimately free on YouTube. It might not be anymore, but I remember that I found it free on YouTube because I couldn't find it for rent. That was a big thing. Remember, I got really upset because I couldn't find it, and then we just found it on YouTube, as well as Leprechaun in the Hood.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, is Cool Cat on YouTube?
He probably by now. Garfield 1 and 2 was on YouTube for free. That's because Tate kept asking us to watch it, and I said, Tate, I really don't want to watch Garfield 1 and 2 with you. Maybe if we're like at my house, you can put a drink or two in me. I'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah, big city
But,
kids.
like, I don't want to pause what I'm doing. I don't want to end the stream to watch Garfield 1 with you.
Especially with you.
Yeah. Like, right now I'm doing something. I'm talking to people. I don't want to quit this to go watch Garfield 1 alone with you on a call. Like, it was literally during a stream. I can't remember what the stream was, but he kept saying, like, can we do it? And I was like, we're streaming. He's like, well, just end the stream. I'm like, no. He stopped. He needs to stream again. He's doing really good. He hasn't streamed since like a week. He tried streaming Visage, to be fair, but we were all doing shit.
Yeah.
Dude, like he said like, oh, you guys wouldn't do it, and I had a stream planned. I was playing Phasmophobia that night, and also I was out with like my family during the day, so I had no time to do his stream. And that's why I told him, if you want to do a stream, alert people like a day or like hours before you do it at least.
Yeah.
In my case, at least a day usually.
Yeah, that's why I told you to like not worry if you can't make it. I'll just solo it because I realized how late it was to ask.
Most of the time, I don't have things planned in the afternoon.
Well, I usually, if I'm asking you something, usually if I'm gonna ask you something, I make sure it's at like 6:30 at least.
Yeah.
And anyway, I moved my streams back to 6:30 just period because, you know, to avoid microwave shenanigans at 5, because that's usually when my mom makes dinner. Usually the streams are shorter, like about an hour or so shorter from that, but you know, if we avoid microwave range, I'm fine with it.
Very. Because God, it used to be bad.
God, I really want to know Elgato so that I can do Fight Nights so much easier, because I hate doing PlayStation streams, but it's the only way to safely play Guilty Gear, Skullgirls, all the fighting games I have, without ridiculous levels of lag and input delay and shit.
God, yes.
I need that Elgato, but God, is it fucking expensive.
Why? Why is it so expensive?
So
You can get something that is
like close to
way cheaper, and does the same thing apparently. And this is, like, everyone's fucking keeps telling me, they're like, you bought the most expensive Elgato capture card, and I'm like, yes. And because I wanted one that goes into
make
a computer,
sure
because
it works perfectly.
I always do dual PC streaming. Like, and they're like, you don't even make money. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I love computers. Like,
I was telling when I talked about it during the Guilty Gear stream, because I originally it was going to be Guilty Gear and Skullgirls. I was going to call Guilty Girls, but I can only stream to my PC with 5G. I can otherwise, but it runs like shit. So, and since 5G stopped working, I just haven't been able to do it. So I just said we're just doing Guilty Gear tonight because I can play more. There's more to do in Guilty Gear than there is Skullgirls. And since it was my returning stream, I wanted a long stream. So I just did Guilty Gear. And which was kind of sad because I really did want to do Skullgirls, because Skullgirls is more of a, it's an indie thing. The guy running it is kind of a dickhead, but it's an indie. It's smaller. So I didn't want to do it a little because like I was telling all that Noah, but there's like a chance like Arcel's in the fighting games too. He plays Tekken and stuff because he was asking me a bunch of questions about Guilty Gear. Because he plays fighting games too, but he hasn't played Guilty Gear, so he was asking me about it. He's like, is it really that good, Dylan? Because you're talking a lot of hype for something that you're losing it.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing though, like, quickly back to the Elgato situation.
Yes.
I had a couple people tell me I was fucking stupid for buying it, and I was like, why? It has proven performance. Like, sure, it's expensive, but you get what you pay for. And they're like, yeah, but you can get this $30 thing that does the same thing for $30, and it's fucking just like a USB to plug into your laptop, so that you can, and it's like a HDMI or something that goes into your console. And I was like, I do not want some fucking $30 piece of garbage that probably doesn't work.
I mean, I might test it, because $30 is pretty cheap, but if it doesn't work, you're just kind of wasting $30.
Yeah,
but since like I don't make
at least,
a lot of money,
at least it's only a waste of $30.
But since I don't make a lot of money, I might test that myself, because I do a lot of PlayStation streams. I really hate doing PlayStation streams. Where I do more than you'll probably ever do, because you got like most stuff on your PC where I don't.
Exactly.
So I really need to invest in something like that. Yeah. That's what I was telling myself about. Sorry, I skipped past that whole part of what I was telling myself about. Where it was like, why don't you just like, you know, screen to stuff like that because I think he was interested in Guilty Skullgirls. But I was like, it's just really laggy. Strand Wi-Fi is not built for it. And then I was like, I would get an Elgato, but that's like, even if I had a huge investment, right? Because when I get $500, that might take a bit. And like I said, I'm planning on moving out and doing all this other stuff. And so I don't have time to just spend $500 at the moment. Especially with how little I currently work. So I don't want to, blow $500 because that's going to be like weeks of work that I won't get back. Exactly. When I start working more regularly, and so that which hopefully will be soon since the moving's all done, and just sick, everyone like in my house isn't being sick anymore. I think mom's still sick, but you know what I mean. Like once the sickness subsides, all that.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can nag my way into working more.
Hopefully.
And that's exactly why That's exactly why I bought myself one, because I do work enough.
Yeah, the main thing I said to ourselves, if Stream could pay for it, I'd buy in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
If my streaming could pay for it, even if like a month, if I got $500 from just 5 months of working, like if I got $100 right each month from working, just for 5 months, I don't no more than that, just 5 months exactly of it, I would buy it because the stream paid for it, not me. Not my money. Not money like, technically, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't go work for 8 hours at a job to pay them. If it was pure stream money, I would buy it in an instant because that is money from people donating to me to improve it.
Exactly. It's reinvesting back into the stream.
And it's not like I'm losing something that I personally got for just myself. But so far, I've made like $170 from streaming. So it's like, yeah. We're not gonna go blowing that. We're not gonna go blowing that money real quick.
No.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I do want to invest in shit like that because I use my PlayStation for a lot of streams, and it's so much better. Cause the reason I hate PlayStation streams so much is if I get subbed or something, no one gets notifications, and then I just feel like people being robbed. Because then someone be like, oh, this cool stream, and then they'll donate not donate, but they'll do like 1,000 bits, and then I might miss it because there's no noise.
Exactly.
Yeah, the fucking PS. The PlayStation.
Which is why a lot of my gameplay on PS4 can be shit, because I keep looking at my phone because I don't want to miss shit. Because I don't get notified otherwise.
Yeah.
And PlayStation stream's bad. I mean, it's good that you can stream off it. It's pretty good starting out. It's how I started out, and I got a lot of my views from that kind of era of the forest streams. But it's definitely not something you want to do long term.
No.
I do it as minimum as I can, but I have to do it Friday this week because I promised Skullgirls. I promised a lot of things, though. Don't worry, I remember all of them. I remember that I said I'll do Last of Us 2. Don't worry, I remembered.
That's one thing.
God.
You remember.
Well, I know if I don't remember it, I'll piss someone off. I don't have that many much viewers that view regularly. It's mainly a lot of people who watch me just watch the VODs on my YouTube channel now.
Yeah.
Which is fair because, like, us and all that, the other side of Australia, so they're 3 hours ahead of us.
And,
time zones and all that. But, like, I'm fine as long as people just enjoy what I do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I know that eventually it's just like, if you keep promising shit and you keep dropping it, then, you're just gonna, keep doing the cycle. So don't worry, Last of Us 2 is there. It's just not my top priority because I don't want to do it.
No.
I haven't forgotten. It's always in the back of my head. So I'm not gonna drop it, but it's not my priority at the moment. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on. Because I was moving, and I'm planning on moving out of this house anyway. Show you that, there's a lot going on. So I don't want to go, oh yeah, let's just play Last of Us 2. Funny.
Yeah.
It's still $90 for a game I'm gonna hate.
Yeah.
If I can get on sale, I'll get it.
Some guy once said to me, that's a lot of money to spend on a joke.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, the was Tate.
Yeah. You know what's bad if Tate won't buy it? Because Tate buys the dumbest shit for no reason. And if Tate refuses to buy it for full price, then you shouldn't get it.
Yeah.
Because Tate would buy it and not play it. He would just buy it for the funny of buying it.
Yeah.
He bought me Garfield card.
Was that Chris?
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, Chris bought everyone a Garfield card.
But
to be fair, Garfield card was 70 cents or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, no cap, no joking, genuine seriousness here. I had a fucking blast playing Garfield Kart.
So did
I
I.
played it with Tate and Chris, and I think that's the hardest I've laughed all year so far.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
It's actually the dumbest game.
It's shit.
so good.
I'm not saying the game is fun. I'm saying that I had fun playing how shit it was.
Yes.
Exactly.
Tate,
And that's what counts.
Tate? Like, I don't know how. Tate kept doing the weirdest shit I've ever seen. Tate would drive forward, and then he would just, like, take off from the ground. Not like a jump. It would be forward, nothing in the road, then he would take off and go off stage in the air. Somehow.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't know why. And I would, like, crash in a wall and be fucking wheezing my fucking lungs out on the ground. I wish we streamed it. We didn't stream it because we didn't think there would be enough content for a stream.
Mm.
And I fucking wish we did. It was so good.
Honestly.
But it's like because we got it all out now. It's all kind of like done, you know. I don't think we can replicate the funny because I've already seen it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But god damn it, that was so good. That should have been streamed. It would have been so good. Would have been like probably wouldn't have done good view-wise on YouTube. But god, I would have loved watching it again.
Yeah. Honestly.
My Devil May Cry video has a lot of views. But sometimes I just go watch that video myself because I fucking love just listening to Tate lose his shit.
Yeah, I'm a fucking lowest Griffin Hedgehog.
I hate watching my own video, right? I don't want to give myself my own views, but that video I find so funny. Like, not even just the lowest Griffin thing. I was watching earlier when we were talking about bowling at what cost, and Tate starts saying it to like a sad song he found, and then but then he didn't realize there was lyrics to it, so he pauses and just says, "At what cost?" And he goes like, "Say it again, say you won't." Like in the background, and then I lose it, and then Tate loses it, and then he disconnects because his internet shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was pure chaos. I was telling Tate, because Tate's got his PC now, he doesn't want to play on a PlayStation anymore, which is fair. PC definitely way better. But those PlayStation streams where it's just me, Chris, and Tate just in a call and I'm playing a game are the funniest shit. It's like pure chaos.
That's so good.
It's just nothing. And to be fair, it's amplified by how shit everyone's mic quality is.
Yeah.
But it's a lot harder on PC because Tate just screen shares YouTube videos. And just like, that's fine. But like, there's a certain like shitty taste to having to play a phone to a microphone to show you're funny.
It's so good. No, that's the funniest shit.
Like, I hate it for stream purposes, but it's still funny.
Yes.
Because like on like PC where everyone has kind of good mics and there's just like in your ear.
Yeah.
Then it's like stop. And plus we can all just screen share now. But plus also if I'm on PC and Tate's on a Tate will just go, "Can we play Phasmophobia?" Even if I'm trying to do a solo thing on stream, and it's like, I guess.
God damn it, Tate.
I mean, it's also PC streams are just a lot better because I actually switch my game. I don't have to stream to change games. Fuck you, PlayStation.
Yeah.
Why would that not be a feature? Why do you have to be stuck in one game?
Honestly.
It makes no sense. Just record the whole PS4 screen. I have notifications turned off to not show my friends' real names. Like, goddamn, I also hate that you can't.
Definitely. Yep. Sorry, you go.
I also hate this because it makes no sense. You can't stream scenes in games that block scenes, right? So you know how like Danganronpa and Persona and Persona, you would probably know because you play a bit of Axe. You can't screenshot Persona, right?
Yes.
That means you can't stream Persona.
Oh.
You can stream Royal until the new section because that's all block scene 2.
Oh my god.
And you can't stream Danganronpa on PlayStation because Danganronpa 2 and 3 are blocked. You can't take screenshots. Danganronpa 1, I think you can. 1 and Danganronpas you can for sure. V3 you definitely can't. Maybe it was 2 you can, because I think I have screenshots of 2.
Yeah, I think it's 2, because you can take videos of the
I think I have screenshots. I think I have screenshots of Kameda's death, because that was my background to stop you from logging into my account. Because I told you I have Danganronpa spoilers as my background.
yeah, it was on your phone or something, yeah.
Oh, it was on my phone and my PlayStation, because I never had my PlayStation account, which I don't think even matters. I don't mean background transfer, but I don't like people on my shit. So I put Danganronpa spoilers on it because our kind of crew in school were Danganronpa fans. So I didn't want to even like Molly and Jesse don't even play it. They're like watching the anime or like hearing people talk about it and like seeing what happens. They like the drama of it. So it's like, well, if you don't want to be spoiled, then fucking take my phone, cunt. But like that's a huge nah. Don't do that on anything. Don't block people from screenshotting and recording shit in games. Period.
Honestly.
Music I get because music and movies I get because it's like a weird kind of thing. 'Cause games kind of are the same, but like games are kind of now entwined with internet media.
Yeah. So I guess like when it comes to like pirating music and movies, I've been told this by fucking I don't remember who it was that told me, but they had someone who told them the whole thing. Someone tells someone who tells someone, and an original person, like somewhat of like reputable source. Basically, they're like, if you're gonna illegally download something, download movies because all the actors and shit already got paid.
Yeah,
don't do it to music because the people who make the music get paid per song.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's
paid to make the song.
Yeah, the only people that don't get paid by you buying a movie are the producers that are probably scumbags.
Or even
not
like,
all producers are bad, but you know what I mean. There's ones that are worse than others.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
yes.
they get the box office sales at the cinema.
Yes.
Which is usually a load.
Yeah, true. No, that's fair. Yeah, I always feel bad when I pirate music because, like, yeah, they get paid each song. And same with like artists on Twitter, right? Because I post screenshots and art of stuff, but I always do feel bad if I forget the credit or shit like that because I doubt I'll get more likes than they do, right? But you know what? It's just
terrible.
It's just the idea. I talked about it because I saw a huge argument of people. Someone I follow was it was a roleplay account, and I think they were roleplaying someone from Pokemon. What was it? It was the girl from Team Skull with the bean, the do-rag, Plumeria.
Yeah, Plumeria.
Plumeria. Yeah. And they were role-playing Plumeria because they weren't like lewd or anything. They were, I'm pretty sure that's a pretty safe word because I remember they were just talking about how they really like Plumeria and just want her to get more attention. Because she's really forgotten. Like, I could barely remember her name, and I'm a Team Skull fanboy. But they used art from someone called, like, Romi Nomi. And the person who does it only draws, like, Guzma and her, because they also support them. And they forgot to credit the artist, which, yeah, they're bad, right? That's a bad thing to do. And, but then the Romi Nomi person gets angry, yells at them. So they take down all, like, pictures, profile stuff. They don't do any fight. They literally say, like, oh, my bad. They take it all down. They only put, like, you know, screenshots from the game as their profile picture of the character to avoid it. And then they apologize. They go, like, yeah, shit, my bad. I should have done that. Like, you know, because the thing is, right, is sometimes it is fine to find the original artist. Because there's this website called Pinterest, which is a shithole.
Yep.
And a lot of the images...
I hate Pinterest.
But a lot of the images you'll find in Google image search are Pinterest, because it's just Pinterest is just a place where people find neat pictures and just dump them, and they don't leave any credit. And that's what happened to this person, was they just found it on Google Images, and when they did a reverse image search, all they got was Pinterest, which had no source.
Yeah.
And they're like, I couldn't find you. I tried, I couldn't find you. But then Romi Nomi like blocked them, and it was going on, and then was going on a huge like rage about it. Which, to be fair, their art was stolen, but also it was someone that had like 10 followers, you know.
Honestly, right?
Like that, you got like. I think what you do is you go like, "Hey, you didn't credit me," and then if the person's an asshole about it, then you do the big call-out post. Because this Romi Nomi person, by the way, is actually pretty big. I think they had like 48,000, and they were trying to get like mass reporting this person with 10 followers.
Like fucking hell, dude! It's like I'm not gonna be like, oh, them using your art was like flattery because obviously.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, they should have credited. For sure.
But at the same time, there is a certain degree of if someone's using your art, especially if they if they just couldn't credit you or accidentally forgot, they're clearly using it because they like it.
Yeah.
Right.
My view on
them to the curb, the fuck out of them.
My view on that situation, because they also the same person used art from someone else who is following Romi Nomi, so they found out through Romi Nomi, and they were kind of being an asshole about it too. But when the person was like, "Shit, my bad, I'm really sorry," and like I said, they took down everything, deleted any trace of it, but they didn't hide that they did it. They kept like, they retweeted the post of Romy Nomi saying like, I hate like people that do this shit about them. They retweeted that, and then they said like, yeah, I fucked up. Like they owned up to it, and I respect that. And then Romy Nomi's main issue, right, is in their bio. Because like I said, I was watching. I didn't interfere. I didn't want in on this. But
yeah, exactly.
But I was looking through profiles, doing that Twitter stalk, and it does say in their bio, role players fuck off. Do not touch my art. So they just really hate role players.
Damn.
Fair enough.
Which fair enough. Each to their own. But like, yeah. But then the other person who got angry at them for using art was very nice. They're like, oh no, you can go ahead and use it. I give you permission to use it. I just wish you would have either asked or credited me. That's all I'm saying. And that's fine, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
If you don't want people using your art, just say, hey, I'm the artist. I don't want you using my art. Can you please take it down? Right? Obviously, you don't have to say it exactly like that. Just something like that. Like, hey, I'm the artist. I don't appreciate you using this. Right? Just let them know. And if they do nothing or they come at you, then you have all right to go in on them.
Exactly.
And I also say this because of... I saw this again because this will always happen. There'll be someone on Twitter who is just going through their feed and they will like a bunch of random posts like I do. I don't pay attention to half the shit I like.
Yep.
And they'll like a picture and they won't realize because, Twitter little tiny box, that it's a lolly hentai. Or something like that. Or they won't realize the character in the image is underage or something. Something like that. Next day they're blocked.
Yep.
And they don't know why.
Instantly.
The person has never posted anything lewd, liked anything else lewd, mass reported blocked. Because they liked one image of, Kana from that Dragon Maid show or something.
Yeah.
Or they followed an account that, switched to, a pedo account or something. Because you guys know about those pedo whores?
Ooh.
Know about that? Because that disgusts me.
No, I don't actually.
Oh, you don't? Guess what? It's a roleplay thing.
Neither.
Oh.
What?
So... what's the best way to talk about this that, is kind of stream friendly? They call themselves PXDO whores. Because they know, pedo bad. Pedo's bad word.
Yeah.
But these PXDO whores are people that roleplay pedophiles.
Oh.
Oh my fucking lord.
They roleplay usually a MILF.
I found one. There's
a lot.
Wait, you found one already?
There's a lot, dude. If you type PXDO on Twitter, there's millions.
Oh no.
I already barely like
because it's
Twitter for anything.
Don't, because it's underage, hentai art and shit like that. Sometimes. I haven't seen anything real, but I doubt there's anything real. It's probably art and animations, right? But there's accounts like that, right? And say you're a role player, right? Let's just use the person talking about for the Plumeria, right?
Yeah.
And they're following someone, right? Big Dick 69 role playing and Guzma, right?
Fat Cock Gaming.
Yeah, Fat Cock Gaming. That's their at. Their profile picture is Junko from Danganronpa, but they claim it's just a face claim and it's an OC, right? They flip to pedo whore teacher 69.
Oh god.
The person following isn't aware because they don't regularly check on that person's channel, right? Some random person on the internet sees that person's account, the Plumeria, sees they're following that, mass reports them, not the pedo whore. Because that happens a lot. I've seen that, not even to roleplayers. Normal accounts suffer from that, and I saw shit about it, and I just kept thinking, why don't you report the person they're following?
Honestly.
Why do you target a person? Is it because if you report the person they're following, you have less people to report? Like, why do you go for the one? Why do you go for the smaller and/or person that doesn't know? And my viewpoint on it is, tell them, hey, are you aware you're following this person? Or hey, are you aware you retweeted this weird fucking pedo shit?
Yeah.
Ask first before jumping the gun into fucking murder this person.
Because people are dumbass, especially me. That's my biggest fear.
Oh yeah, no, I literally say all the time on stream. Take everything I say with a grain of salt, because I'm an idiot.
Yes, same.
I am a absolute dumbass. So I will say things that I don't mean to say, or I will, trip up my word, or I'll use, wrong wording. Like, just before, I didn't know what fucking cap meant, so I just said, when, full cap whatever the fuck I said.
Yeah.
I'm dumb. So, I might say something that sound... what was that thing Chris, you said something that wasn't racist during the Guilty Gear stream, but it was something like, it was like a skin in a game or something, but it's literally called blacks. And you're like, God, I fucking hate blacks or something. But like, it's like a character, not like anything like that.
Yeah,
but I spat out my water because I didn't understand the context for like a second.
Yeah.
And it took me a minute, and then you like reworded it after, like when you were trying to say it again, and then I was like, can we talk about that real quick? What happened? Because yeah, like that, like just you gotta don't jump the gun. Is the main thing to go for. Because here's the thing, we're all against pedophiles here. Let's not be against each other.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're all against, assholes that steal art. But let's make sure that the guy who steals the art is, a dick first. Yeah, let's make sure the person is worth being angry over. Although, it won't because it's Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter exists for one reason. Conflict.
To get mad. True.
It exists for conflict, which is why I'm barely on it. I only post stream stuff or if I have like a really dumb idea for a tweet. But besides that, I don't post any opinions on Twitter. That's for the podcast streams that no one watches. No one watches but me, because I think people do go back and look for them.
I'm watching it.
Like the interest of like what has happened over the year, right? Because this is our 6-1, so this is month 6 of this. So it's fun to go back and see the January one and see what happened in January. Be like, oh shit, that happened in January? That felt like 2 years ago. And shit like that. Like, I'll look back on this in like 2 years ago. Oh yeah, shit, I did only move in 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Fucking shit like that. Like what's called last stream, like one of the last podcasts I remember with you, Alex, is we were talking about our Sweet Home, right? And that feels like ages ago. But I feel like that was 2 streams ago. I think that was 2 streams ago. Like that was 2 podcast streams ago.
Which is 2 months.
Yeah, but like it feels like a year.
Oh yeah.
Like when I look back on it, I get like that kind of like memory where you kind of remember bits and pieces. But it's like that was only like 2 months ago, man. Yeah, but I think the podcast was a good idea. It's a good way to see improvement.
It was. Yeah, it was, definitely.
I mean, a smart person would do it first of every month, but Monday's usually when everyone's free. Which didn't work out because, we mainly planned around Tate and he got a new schedule the second it started.
Yep.
Yeah, don't fucking plan around anyone but yourself.
Yeah, no, I literally just started, like, when Tate does streams and it doesn't work out, I just remind him, hey, don't get angry, I have to deal with your bullshit.
Exactly.
Like, I said when he was like, he wanted us to do the Visage stream, and then, I was with family, and Chris was really sick, so neither of us showed up, and Taylor was like, bruh, come on, and I was like, man, it must really suck having people not show up. That must be really annoying.
Thank God. So
my favorite one was off stream, and I said for 10 minutes, he went, fuck off.
Yeah, and I brought that up again.
Yeah, he proved me wrong. He streamed for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
But I feel like he wouldn't know if I didn't say that. But that's not me saying like, haha, lol, I got you. I'm saying it's good. It's good that he's streaming longer.
For sure.
He just needs to do more. He did really well. He had like 10 viewers to 2 streams he did.
Legit, actually.
He just needs to do it regularly so they don't, get bored and leave. Luckily I have like, Sel Makoto Yuki. Like, I have a bunch of other viewers that leave and go and come and like all that shit. We got like Slob My Goat who's in the Discord but he doesn't watch the streams.
Yeah.
But we got like Arcel and Makoto Yuki, right? They don't watch every stream, but I love having them around.
Yeah.
They come in now and then and they just like chat. And like, IC used to be here, but he's gone. He's actually started uploading YouTube videos. I saw him on YouTube today, and I gave him a like, and I watched.
Awesome.
But I think he's doing his own stuff, People come and go. Mainly, the Friday Night Funking, which I knew would happen. I think we all knew.
Yep.
Once I stopped playing Friday Night Funking, those like 150 followers I got from it would never watch me again. I literally said it to their face and like, no, I wouldn't. Like, you would, bro. Shut up. You're only here for Friday Night Funkin'. You don't care about me. You don't care about my stream. Shut up.
Pain.
Remember that one we had? Alex, I know you were there because I was watching the Friday Night Funkin' video where it happened, and there was someone in the chat, and we were doing the mum week, and I said she's very NSFW, and they asked what is NSFW.
Ooh.
And I said, if you're asking what that is, you shouldn't be here.
No.
Yeah.
If you're asking what unsafe for work is, do not come on my Discord, and you shouldn't be here. And that's not me saying fuck off, that's saying I don't want trouble.
Yep.
Because I am not pro NSFW, but I am not a kid's, I'm not kid friendly. I don't wanna be targeted to that audience because I don't want to have to force to not say. I want to be able to say cunt.
Exactly.
Yeah, like kids are where the money's at, but I want to say cunt. Why isn't there a
The funny word.
a Gaston emote? This is why I don't believe in God. Thanks, Cormac. Thanks for spending 80 points to tell me that I don't have a Gaston emote.
Thanks, Cormac. Very cool.
Is that he?
Who?
He real? No, I was gonna I'm gonna save the Guilty Gear review to the end because that's what I'm doing with the reviews now. Because the reviews tend to take a big portion, and since we have Alex here and Alex sends leave first, I don't want to force Alex to listen to a 2-hour rant and then not be able to say anything.
True.
Because that kind of happened with Ben, where Ben had to listen to me rant about Pokemon Snap, I think, and then he got to talk about what he wanted. So I'm going to save the reviews to the end when it's mostly probably just going to be me and Chris or myself. Because I'm probably just going to go on and on. Because once I get going on topics, I have a hard time stopping.
He does.
Which is usually why I encourage people to cut me off or tell me to go back. Because, I'm doing it now, but, when we were talking about the Elgato shit, right? And I went to talk about Arcel talking to me about it, but then I went on a rant about Skullgirls and Guilty Gear instead. And then Alex had to tell me to go back to the Elgato subject. I don't get offended if you do. I encourage it. Because
I just let you go because it's funny.
It fills time. When we did the Guilty Gear stream... What was it? We did a stream, Chris. It was me and you, and it was 6 hours long, and 4 to 6 hours was me ranting about a movie.
We used to talk all night about Pokemon, and I literally told you to shut up at one point.
Oh yeah, and I was like, no, you shut up. If you don't want to talk about it, you say something.
Yeah.
We're talking about Guzma or something like that. We talked about Guzma for 2 days. Well, if you don't want to talk about it, then you say something, bitch. If not, shut up. We're talking about Guzma.
And I loved it, but it was still just...
I'm passionate about what I talk about.
It was so good. It was actually the greatest.
I care about what I talk about. I have this good ability to kind of sell people on stuff. Not all the time, but what was it recently? I did something like that. It was a game or something. I can't remember what it was that I sold everyone on. Oh, well, I didn't sell everyone on it, but I kind of got everyone into League of Legends for that 1 week. Where everyone was too scared and didn't want to try it. Then I tried it, and then I told Colin a bit about it, and Colin's like, I don't want to, Dylan, but he's like, damn it, Dylan, you make it sound real good, I'm getting it. I got Alex to get it, and I got Tate to get it. Obviously, we don't all play that much. I think I probably played the most out of all of us. But I got my boys, and I don't want to unlock any skins. So I'm kind of happy with where I left.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have just a really good way of selling people on stuff, which is probably why, we have people that also God Hand around. Because I pushed God Hand for a year.
God Hand's great.
I'm not
it's
done
the best.
pushing it for the record. I'm just taking a break.
We aren't.
I'm waiting till I get that Elgato, and then we're doing a series on it.
Yeah, and the Sonic Stream.
Oh yeah, what the fuck we're calling it? We're calling it Sonic Spin Dash Pals or something dumb?
Spin Dash.
No, remember there was one that was really bad that I came up with? It was awful. It was Hedgehog Pals.
Yeah.
It was something like that. It was Hog Pals.
Spin Dash.
No, it was Hedge Pals.
Yeah, that's it.
It was Hedge Pals Play, and it was a bunch of Sonic titles because I was just gonna suffer through Sonic. We're gonna start with good, good 3D Sonic games, shit like Unleash and all that, and we're gonna end with 06, and we're gonna play all the shit towards the end. You don't want to start with what's good, what people want to see.
Yeah.
But if you start with 06, then no one's gonna watch Unleash.
No.
Unleash?
Unleashed.
Yeah, no one's gonna watch Unleash, you know. You gotta.
What version
save
of
the
Unleashed
best.
are we playing?
The shittiest
Are we
one.
playing the...
Dude, Hedge Pals is about shit, not quality.
No! But the PS2 version is so good!
But guess what? Hedgehogs gargle up their own shit and spit it out, and we're Hedge Pals.
I hate the PS3 version, though.
I want art of me, you, and T dressed up as hedgehogs, but it's not us as actual hedgehogs, it's like cardboard sticky taped on of Shadow.
Yeah! Whose tails?
I don't know, I feel like I would be Nukivs. And I feel like I would have a bunch of shit, like an awful Knuckles cosplay. I think you would probably be... No, T would want to be Knuckles too. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I guess I would probably have to be Shadow. I guess
I
you would
want to
have...
be Shadow.
Everyone wants to be Shadow, but only one can.
True.
But I know, like, Knuckles is the back down for what I want, but I know that's what Tate will probably want most.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take Shadow and you get Tails. You get Tails.
I did not want to be
You
Tails,
be
no.
Bruce the Bat.
I'll be Sonic.
Be Amy.
No?
Be Big
I'll be
No, I'm
Silver.
Big the Cat!
Yeah.
Big the Cat's the best. The best Sonic female character is Blaze.
It's true. It's fucking
The
true.
only good Sonic character.
She is.
I can't even, like... Because, like, Sonic was okay, and, like, Shadow was kinda cool when I was younger. 'Cause, you know, edgy. But now when you get older and you look back at Sonic, you go, he's just a fucking blue blur that eats fucking hot dogs.
Honestly.
Have you seen that cutscene of Sonic in the Black Knight? When he's standing around a
Dude.
bunch of knights with hot dogs, and he's eating
Dude,
the hot
I
dogs,
love-
and it looks really bad? The
Dude, I
animation-
love Sonic and Black Knight.
The animation of Sonic eating those hot dogs is awful. He just fucking chugs the whole dog down his throat.
He does.
And there's a princess
so
there
good.
that's like, Sonic, save us. He's like, chili dog! And he just eats 2 chili dogs in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
One!
That's the best.
That fucking Christ.
That's actually the best
I
thing to
constantly
come
get
out of
that
Sonic.
video left in my fucking recommended. Haha! One! And it ends.
That's the best video ever, though.
Is that from the fandom or is that at real? I
That's from the
tell.
fandom.
Okay, it sounds like it, but I actually have such a hard time distinguishing the two. I can only do it with Eggman because I know Albert's voice so well. But like when it comes to all the other characters, I have a hard time distinguishing it. Except for, of course, when they say something ridiculous like, "I'm getting tilted at the towers." So yeah, that wasn't in Sonic. That wasn't in Sonic from 2006. Yeah, you remember when you played Sonic 06 from 2006 and the villain told about Fortnite? Remember that?
Yep. Yep.
That's my favorite line. It was really good. Remember when Eggman had super realistic gross nipples? Disgusting. Now we'll start with Good. Good. Sonic, which is probably Adventure. Adventure 1 and 2 first.
And the heroes.
Yeah, and here, like, you know, actually, and then, like, Unleash is in that category. Obviously, we're gonna play the worst version of Unleash, so it's gonna be below him, because we're playing the worst version of Unleash. And then you get to, like, you know, shit like, Unleash is definitely above Forces, though. Even though Forces is, like, nice looking. Forces is, like, one of the ones I dread the most.
Yeah, because it's nothing.
Yeah.
You literally hold forward.
The only thing of human that can be made from it is the OC character. And you know what we end with?
What?
Because it's not 06. There's something better. The only true
Oh.
way to end Hedge Pals. Do you know about Sonic Dream Collection?
Oh,
That's
shit.
the ending.
Yep.
So for Chat and Alex, Sonic Dream Collection is like this weird web game Sonic thing. And it's mainly just a huge shitpost, but it's actually really like unnerving. And
The
there's a lot of
fucking
weird
eye
shit.
scene, dude.
Yeah, there's a
The
bunch of
fucking...
weird, creepy shit in it. But it's the best way to end Sonic, because it's basically, it's the perfect capsule of the Sonic fandom.
Yeah.
It explains the Sonic fandom the best. Just horrifying and disgusting. and then
The
Hedgehows
fucking
ends,
I think.
and then you imagine, you know that scene from Spider-Man where it's his suit, like, flaccidly put in the bin? Just imagine that, but it's my Sonic onesie.
Oh god.
And then when a new Sonic game come back, just Photoshop it out of the bin with the text it returns. I wanna play for all the David Cage games. I wanna call it the Sadness Trilogy. Tate would love that, because Tate doesn't shut up about wanting to play Omicron. You know what we do? We get an Elgato thing, we all sit on a couch, and we make Tate play through all the bad David Cage games. No Detroit. Detroit's too good. Detroit's actually a good game. You gotta play best to worst out of David Cage's worst. So it's Heavy Rain, Indigo Prophecy, and then Omicron. Because technically there's 4, but Beyond Two Souls is so nothing you don't even really want to play it. It's not shit, and it's not offensive, it's just kind of boring.
True.
You know, Heavy Rain can get boring at times, but then sometimes you have shit like seeing a single frame of your son, and turning off the TV and bawling your eyes out. Which is the funniest thing I've ever seen in Heavy Rain, and no one but Tate has done it. Like, Alex, have I told you that?
It was by an accident.
No.
So me and Tate played through Heavy Rain, like, at my house. We didn't stream it, we just played it before I streamed. Because me and Tate used to just hang out at my house and play shit games. We beat Jump Force together, just at my house. And, I made him play through Heavy Rain, because he never played Heavy Rain, and, you know, he's a huge Detroit Become Human fan, so I was like, oh, you gotta play the shit that came out before that to really appreciate it. But I hadn't played Heavy Rain. Everything before Detroit Become Human was bad. I'm trying to, like, Beyond Two Souls, I can see people liking it, I can see people liking Heavy Rain, but Heavy Rain is one of those games where after you beat it, it's not like Telltale, right? Where the first time through you might think it's cool, but the second time or when you really think about it, you realize how dumb and useless and pointless it is. But I made Tate play through Heavy Rain, but I was there, so he wasn't allowed to enjoy it. I would constantly point out dumb shit to him, because he has to suffer. But, so Tate tried his best to play it seriously, so I was like, no, if you're playing it, you try to play it seriously, you play like David Cage wants, because if you make it bad, it's funny. You have to make it sad, you have to make it, like, unfun.
Yeah.
He was trying his best to, you know, play the character, so the game starts, like, Heavy Rain starts, and it's like your son's birthday. And, Tate played that section pretty normally. Of course, you know, the one objection I had was he had to drop the food. Because it's the best. Your wife, during the tutorial of how the controls work, because Heavy Rain has really gross controls, it's like, hold left and right trigger and pull the stick back to grab the bags.
Ew.
And shit like that, so I told him, like, no, keep going to grab the bags, but before it finishes, let go. And do it, like, 8 times, because you do that thing where you grab it and then you force your wife to take it back and you just spam that. But for some reason, if you do it 8 times, you spill it all over the floor. And your wife gets really angry at you. And then if you do the plates too quickly, you just frisbee the plates in the walls. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
And I kept telling Tay, like, no, when there's things you can fail that are funny, I will tell you, because it's like Detroit. If you die, you die. That character's dead. And like, you want to see pure shit, so you don't want to kill him too quickly. So I'll tell you when it's safe to be an idiot. And so he plays through that, mostly normal. And then at the end of the birthday sequence, which is the start of the game, one of your sons gets hit by a car and dies, right?
Yeah.
I think it's the birthday boy's birthday too, so the birthday kid gets hit by a car and dies.
Awesome.
So then it cuts to like 3 years later, and it's Ethan standing outside of his own house in the rain without an umbrella, and he's drenched, and his son is walking into the house. And then that scene is so funny, because it's supposed to be sad if you're actually into the game and not being idiots like I was and making tape be. You might be like, oh, that's kind of fucked up. But there's a lot of weird shit you can do during that scene, which I've just labeled Depression Simulator. There's my personal favorite, which is because you can do a bunch of make your kid do like homework, or you can sit down and talk with him and, you know, make food or whatever. But my favorite thing to do is go upstairs, lie in bed, wait 20 minutes, because that's the timer of that section, and then during that whole time you're up there, it'll cut to the camera will cut to your son and then back to you, and it's Ethan in his bed crying. for 20 minutes as his son's trying to watch TV. And it's my favorite. It's so funny. My second favorite is sitting in the chair opposite to your son and staring at him while he watches TV.
Yeah.
You're out of view, so you can't see the TV, so you just stare at your son. And you can do that for 20 minutes, which is like 5 hours in game time. So your son has to spend 5 hours of his dad staring at him. And you can do a similar thing. You can make him dinner, but for some reason Ethan doesn't make himself food. And you can either make the kid a pizza, which a good parent would, or you can make him microwaved corn, peas, and like. Which of course you want to do that because you don't want the kid to be happy. Unless it's weird, he's into microwaved fucking peas and chicken. But, it's fine if you reheat it, but no. But then you don't get your own food, so your son eats and you just stare at him. Like you sit down and stare at him. And it's fucking weird, but the best thing ever, because I've never seen it done and there's no video of it on YouTube, only Tate has done it. If you go up to Ethan's office, because he's an architect, there's a TV that I didn't even notice was there. And you can turn it on, and it plays footage of your son's, like, birthday, right? It's footage of, like, oh, hi, Dad, haha, it's my 10th birthday, we're having so much fun. Right? Because and then it's Ethan watching his son. But Tate misclicked, so he instantly turned off the TV after watching it. So all that happened was there was a frame of his son going, ah! And it turned off. And then, because what's supposed to happen is Ethan watches it, and then he gets depressed and cries. Because Tate turned it off, it just cuts to Ethan with his hands in his face going, like crying really loudly. But all it was a frame of his son going, ah! And I was fucking in tears. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I've never seen it anywhere else. Like, there's no video of it. Because everyone knows the Sean glitch, and the baby scene.
Yeah.
And the chicken scene.
Mm-hmm.
But no one has that, and that's the best. At that point, Tate completely lost any try of trying to take the game seriously. It's like, what the fuck? Like, obviously, the game expects you to watch the whole thing. It's like, but yeah, it's still really dumb. I love that scene.
It's the best.
It's my new
So
favorite
good.
thing Tate has ever done in a video game. Okay, no. It's not my new. It's now my first favorite, and my second favorite is when he's playing Garfield Kart, and he just shoots off into the sky for no reason. And he goes, what the fuck? And you just see him, like, shoot out of the map. And he doesn't use an item, there's no speed boost, he just phases through a wall and flies like Mach 8 speed out of the map. I don't know why Tate has this power of just making games shit themselves. I think that's why Watch Dogs glitched the fuck out, because Tate was there. Tate has some supernatural ability to make games turn
He was
shit.
talking about fucking Dokkan.
That's the worst clip. Because it's such a funny and interesting glitch, and all you hear is like, oh, Vegito card, oh, that's neat. And I'm going like, Tate, look at the screen, he goes, fine. It looks like, oh, that's neat. Anyway, yeah, I just pulled the Super Boo cards. Like, Tate, shut up! Like, the game is falling apart. I'm a floating eyeball and teeth. And he's like, yeah, but I just pulled a Vegito card. It's like, no one wants to hear that! They want to see the glitch, you fucking retard!
Oh, it's so
I
good.
love Tate, but he's fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
Weird as in, like, he's not like a kid that, like that crayon kid we'll talk about. He's just weird that sometimes he just does things that aren't normal, but he does it in a very normal way. Like, no one goes on a stream and talks about their fucking addiction to buying pictures of Dragon Ball characters.
Yeah.
No one purposely makes their mic shit. He'll do it for like a bit, but he like breaks his mics to make them bad, because it's funnier.
He's actually a loser. He's actually the worst.
He's, out of everyone in Outcast Oasis, he's the biggest enigma.
Mm-hmm.
He concerns me the most. And that says a lot, because we're a bunch of fucking idiots. But Tate's on the list of fucking what?
Yep.
My favorite clip out of out of Fright Freaks, which is the Halloween shit we did, is we're playing Spooky's Jump Scare, like, House of Horrors, and I think you're, like, talking to someone, like, you're on your phone or something, and I'm focusing on the game because I keep dying, and then Tate so it's silent, and you just hear, go like, you just hear take it like, I can't believe you, I'm gaming, babe. He just like screams like, I'm gaming right now, babe. Shut up. It's the most gamer thing ever.
Holy shit!
Stop
If that doesn't make
touching
you
my-
love Kate, then what will?
Stop touching my peen. I'm playing Call of Duty. He's the biggest loser. I love him.
I know.
Like,
He's so good.
Everyone has that one moment. If you're a gamer, at least you should have that one moment where there's a woman or women like hitting on you clearly, but you're too in the gamer mindset to notice. So you go,
Yeah.
nah. Like Cormac's the best one, where he's literally like he's invited to a girl's house to Netflix and chill, and they literally they were watching Evil Dead. He was telling me this story the other day. He was watching Evil Dead 3, and she was like getting on him, and he shut her. Was like, no, Ash is on. And then once the movie was done, he was like, yeah, I would stay, but I just downloaded Doom, so see ya. That's the best one, because he knew, like, he was the one that actually was trying to get it. He was like, no, stop, you put Evil Dead on. Why would I not watch it?
Honestly.
Like, stop it.
Yeah, like, biggest mistake of her life.
Exactly.
She missed out on that Chad Cormac sex because she put on his favorite movie.
I was talking about the one, and Cormac didn't believe me, but this was just, like, Year 10 me was a different, complete, like, I must have had, like, 0 IQ when I was in Year 10, because that was the whole, I probably should say names, but you know, the girl whose boyfriend wanted to beat me up and she just lied constantly.
Yes. Yep.
And I was invited to a party, right, and I thought there'd be more people. Like, I thought Chris and Tate or someone would be there, but it was me and 3 other girls. And I just assumed nothing weird was going on, because I'm an idiot.
Mm.
But it's very clear in hindsight that they were trying to fuck me. But I was too dumb. Because
God, I wish I was me.
I told you the story of, like, they kept trying to, like, make me drink, but I would have been, like, 15. So I was like, no, I'm good. I don't want to go home drunk, like my mom will yell at me. They're like, because we're watching Elf, because it was Christmas. Like, it was in December. They're like, oh, let's put a hat on the screen. Every time someone goes in there, you gotta take a shot, Dylan. I was like, no, I'm good. I don't drink. And I was like, why do you guys just want me to drink? That's weird. And then I went to the bathroom, and their bathroom was weird, right? So there's a bedroom, and you had to go through the bedroom to get to the toilet. The toilet's in a bedroom.
That's an ensuite one then.
Yes, but that was the only one I think they had.
That seems a bit weird.
the only one they told me, because it's the only one I remember.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, I'll go in there real quick. But I went in there, and I took my piece. And then when I came out, there was one of the other girls. We'll just say A for now, because I don't want to say names. Yeah. And A, like, locks the first room door, because like I said, you had to go from room to get to the bathroom, and she locks that door, and I go, that's weird, and you want the bathroom next? And she doesn't say anything, she just, like, grabs my pants and, like, starts undoing them, yanks them down, I just fucking shove it to the floor and yank my pants and go, and I run out the room. And, like, I was like, that's weird, guys, why should I do that? And then, like, they were all trying to do it. Well, not all, I think, it was mainly 2. Because, T, the one's house who it was, who, Chris would know. Well, Chris would know all of them, but I'm trying to, like, specify this one. I don't think she was trying to do anything. I think it was just her house was the one they were using.
Uh-huh.
Because there was, like, they were, like, saying shit constantly, like, oh, Dylan, you gotta share bed with the girl, you know, the one I just said, the one that, boyfriend was really angry at me, that girl.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, no, Dylan, you're gonna have to share a bed with her. I was like, nah, it's good, bro, I'll go sleep in the bath. I'll get, like, a pillow and a blanket, and I'll just put it on the bath, and I'll lie in it. They're like, no, I don't get uncomfortable, just share a bed with her. I'm like, that's weird. They're like, no, just do it. And then, you know, the girl I just said before, A, also climbed into bed later, even though she had her own bed, and I was like, you mind? And she got, like, touched me, and I was like, eh. But, like, somehow, because, like, now me saying it, it's clearly sexual. At the time, I didn't think it was at all. I was such an idiot.
15-year-old girls are horny, dude.
Yeah. No, I was just out of it. I don't know how I never noticed. I only noticed it, like, recently, like when I was done with school, and I thought back and I was like, holy shit, I'm an idiot. No wonder that guy hated me. No wonder her boyfriend wanted to beat the shit out of me. I'm clueless. But there was always shit like that
Anyways,
was always going on, but I was just dumb.
Yeah.
I think it's about time for me to head off. I gotta start getting ready for bed.
See ya.
Thankfully, though, I know it's not really like relevant to the whole month and the podcast and stuff, but little side story from the details from the fucking technician's
On the
office.
crypt.
I have
Pog.
finally fucking gotten a whole bunch of shit sorted. Basically, the contract ended that we had. It ends at the end of this month, which is maintaining payphones for Telstra. Telstra's taking back. They're going to be doing it themselves instead of sending the contract out to contractors like us. So I had to pack up and send back almost all of the stock we had, which ends up, I think in total, I have 8 boxes that the total weight must be like 80 to 90 kilos worth of shit, including 2 roofs. Just 2 phone roofs in a fucking box that we had. Because every now and then they get damaged and we'd have to replace them. And by every now and then I replaced one with a guy that I took over from like way back in January, and that was it. And I think he replaced like 1 roof in his whole 5 years of working there. So
What a hero.
very rest. But we had 2 different kinds of roof, 1 of each on hand. We had a whole bunch of stuff, and it's taken me literally all of last week. I was counting it and organizing it and getting it ready to go in boxes and all kinds of other shit. And I finally got it finished today. Packed it all up, taped it up, sent the email, replied to their email with the more details. And my manager is just like, "Hey, so the deadline for getting all that stuff sent off is coming up in 2 days. Like, you get it sorted?" I was like, "Yep, all done." He's like, "Cool." And then he was like, "So do you have anything else you're doing right now?" And I was like, "Oh fuck, no, that's it. I have no jobs now. Everything's done." He's like, "All right, go move this photocopier." I was like, well, I had a brief moment of bliss.
Amazing.
Being a
Beautiful.
free man.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I actually hate it when I have nothing to do because I just sit there at my computer.
I know, when I'm doing
And
work, right, like sometimes you do, like, in the mindset, right, like, at, like, the cafe job I work at, right, I mainly just, because I'm, like, the newest kind of worker, they just put me on dishes, because you're the newest guy, right? So I've been doing dishes, and, like, it's a pain, but if I just stood in the corner, like, I would, cause the thing is, right, when you have nothing to do, your brain just thinks, and you just start thinking about how you're standing and your legs hurt.
Yeah, and then it just gets boring and time
like,
takes forever.
Oh, I know, I
I
can't look at my phone or time. If I do, it feels like it's taking forever. I have to just ignore the need to look.
In my line of work, when I have no jobs that I'm actively working on, like if I'm not out doing something or I'm not working on something in the workshop, I will be either trying to find something to do, or like if I've just finished something, I end up sitting at my computer because I didn't have anything planned immediately afterwards. I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
He'll come over and be like, "Why are you not doing anything?" And I'll be like, "I have nothing to do," and he'll instantly find like 10 things for me to do. But I hate sitting there with nothing to do when I legitimately have no jobs that I can do because they're all for like the more experienced technicians.
Honestly.
I've got stuff planned for like later in the week that I've organized with customers and shit. And I'm like,
It's the worst.
you find something to do. So what I've started doing is just doing little mini stock takes the workshop, because like a lot of our personal little Excel sheets and records of stock levels we have are super fucking wrong. So I spent like 2 hours to going through a bunch of FPOS terminals that I'd actually done a proper stock take for them last week for financial year because we had to, but I'm just going through and updating our system and deleting all these terminals that we don't have, and I'm like, why did these even like, how did this happen? We had like 60 extra FPOS terminals in the system, several different models, right? But we had like 60 in total that I had to get rid of. Like, what the fuck? Like, how do these get stuck here?
Magic, that's how.
When the stock arrives, you input it.
Chris is losing it.
When you use it on a job, when the stock arrives, it gets inputted, and when you use it on a job, it automatically gets taken out. I'm like, how do we use an FPOS machine and it does not leave the system? Like, what the fuck?
Alex's story was just really fun, that's all.
What
is this?
I was just like listening to Alex talking, and in the background I just hear like snickering.
Yeah.
It's just the sound of Chris dying.
I just found some
Look at that.
baby Sonic
That's what I
bullshit.
posted.
You're a fucking idiot, Chris.
Oh,
Oh, is that when the baby dies?
yes! Yes, it is!
The baby fucking dies?
Anyway, that's my table from... Oh, also, I don't think I told you
Alex,
this, Dylan.
you know what we need to do?
I told it... Yeah?
We need to have... Like, you know how you call it, like, crypt from, like, the network, or like, the IT? We need something like that. We need a section that's, like, just your lid called something like that. Like, those tales from, like,
I
IT
would
or
absolutely...
something. That's what you said.
I can absolutely...
Tales from the tech desk.
Tales from the technicians. Tales from the technician lab.
Tales from the
I can absolutely do a segment. Literally every week, so much random little things happen that I just like kind of remember.
But Alex, how many people have you had to tell that you don't deal with their internet this week?
Surprisingly not that many. I think like one. It wasn't even me. Most people do know to call their ISP, not us. There's just some old people who like we've done work for them and they're like, oh, they're the internet people. Now we don't even do the MB, so like we're completely removed. But here's another quick thing before I leave. Last little snippet, right?
Yes.
I was leaving Woolworths, so I just gone in and did a job at Woolies.
Yeah.
And I was
Zone.
I was tweaked on adrenaline because it's the first time I'd done a solo Woolies job, and they're super fucking important. And very time sensitive. Like my manager gave it to me and he's like, I expect you to go and do this right now, and I was like, my lunch break's in 30 minutes, but I'm gonna fucking do it.
Yeah.
I was there for like 2 hours.
Oh.
But when I was leaving, I'm just walking back to the van thinking about the other jobs to get done in the afternoon. This random woman, not even a worker or anything, was standing in the undercover part outside the shopping center. And the dude walked up near her and she was talking to him as I walked past him. And I can't confirm if the comment was directed at me, but it happened right after I walked past her and she had been looking at me and she goes, see, this is what I'm talking about. So socially, they're like such social outcasts, they won't even look at you as they walk past. I'm like, the fuck? Like,
Wow.
I about this the other day.
I told Ben about it the other day. It was so unprovoked. I literally did nothing. I didn't glare at her. I didn't even have a fucking angry face. I was just walking past normally thinking. And I'm pretty sure she just randomly commented to this dude about how all of us technicians where I work are just social outcasts. I'm like, well...
Wow.
Two of them are currently married. One of them divorced, has kids, and the only other one is fucking 18.
Nah.
Like...
No, you see, if people work with technology, they have to be big nerds. That's the rules.
Yeah, apparently.
Like, remember that guy we saw at Games Workshop? That big Jack guy who was very excited and getting content and stuff? Yeah, huge fat nerd. Social Very socially awkward, as you can tell by him casually walking up to 3 random people and talking to them.
Yeah, fact.
Yeah, social outcast.
Great.
I love that guy. I want to meet him again.
Please.
There's such a stigma about... I'm not gonna go off on a rant about, oh, how dare people associate like IT and technician jobs with social outcasts and having no friends. Like, I don't give a shit. You want to do that? You want to go for the stereotype? Be my guest. It's only you who's gonna be laughed at when you fucking insult him, dude, and he turns around, he's actually like rich and has a bunch of friends, and he's like, oh,
It's gonna be you who gets
ended.
Yeah, when you
It's gonna be you who gets laughed at when you insult the dude and he just stands up and leaves your TV broken. Which is like...
Exactly. Like, that's the biggest thing, right? Oh, now I have another quick story. This is what I mean. I could 100% do a segment for you.
I'm trying to figure out a name that's like, kind of sounds like Crypt.
Basically, another apprentice who works out the back, mostly on cars and radios and stuff like that, he called up a lady to try and sort out doing a quote for installing some radio antennas at their work site in town. And apparently, he was like, yeah, she was a real bitch, because he called her, and she immediately started insulting the sales team to him on the phone. She's like, oh yeah, that fucking whore out the front didn't even know what she was talking about, and she's blah, and he's like, the fuck? Then she's going on just yelling at him, saying, you need to get this done. He's like, sorry, a bit busy right now, just in the middle of the phone call, and hangs up on her. And then she called back later. She's like, "I'm so sorry, Pliz," and he's like, "Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Any chance you had of getting this for cheap is now gone.
You
We're
know,
giving you the
3
full
times
work,
market
the
price.
full amount of labor. We're gonna make you buy like everything. We're like, oh, we'll put an extra hour of labor on to make sure it's working properly."
But I feel like with the social outcast like stereotype, when I think of IT or anything, you know, when you call someone up for electricity, I just think of Indians. Because every time I get called by one or I call one, it's always like, hello? And it's not like me trying to be offensive, it's literally every time.
Oh, I 100% agree. I have to call a lot of technology, or not technology, what are you sure? I have to call a lot of IT departments, like for Woolies, they have 2 or 3 different companies that manage their shit, and all of them are staffed by Indians. Almost exclusively. There was a couple of Asians, and even, I think, some Europeans in one of them. But
The good thing is it's
all
helped me
major
understand
companies
the accent.
outsource their IT. Almost all major
Imagine
companies
having to
outsource
learn
their
the Indian accent through people
See?
fixing your technology. This post made by the I had an Indian physics teacher.
What are you gonna say? This post made by the Indians.
Also that.
Anyways, lads, I'm gonna head out. I'm tired. I need
Alex
to go
is
get ready for
dead.
sleep.
Alex
Yeah.
returns
Good night.
back to the crypt.
Inside.
Alex returns back to the
returning.
crypt from when he came. He will
From
only
whence
be-
he came.
He will only be brought back out when he has more funny stories. Until
Which
then,
AKA in
Tomorrow.
10 minutes
until
time.
then, he goes back to being food for the worms. Get back in the coffin, Alex.
I'm leaving.
Bye.
Get in.
Die.
Get in the coffin.
Yeah.
Now, maybe use the steak on you.
Okay, I'm going.
What a fucking dweebus. Also, hi, Ben.
Hell yeah.
You know, you scared the shit out of me. Because Alex was talking, and I kind of zoned out for a minute to say, like, hello, nerd.
It's like some nerds.
Yeah, and I was like, oh shit, I shat.
Yes,
He did.
hello, I am here.
He's here.
I thought I'd stop by for 5 minutes.
He isn't queer. And Cormac said he was gonna drop by for 5 minutes. He dropped by in the chat, and all he had to say was, why isn't there a guest
Why isn't there a Gaston emote?
He's spitting facts. I told him he'd come on because I was playing For Honor with him just before the stream. I was like, if you want, you can join the stream. And he was like, nah,
Yeah.
talking for like a couple hours seems cringe, bye. I was like, bro, which is weird because before I started streaming, even back in primary school not that long ago, he wanted to just do podcasts.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably just joking, but still. Bit odd.
Yeah.
I remember when I was telling him I wanted to do a podcast, he was saying do it weekly, and I was like, I don't know if I can come up with as much shit for a 4-hour stream.
Yeah, that's
a
the
week.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
I probably could, but it's just easier to do a month. Plus, I just use it as a recap more for myself to look back on. I was telling Alex before you joined that when it was me, you, I think Chris was there too. I think it was just the usual 4, right? And maybe Tate was there. I don't remember. I know he came later, and me and Alex were talking about like Sweet Home, and he was talking about like a mech anime or something.
Yeah.
And that feels like it feels like that was a year or a half ago, right? That was like 2 months.
Yeah, that was like, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that was like
just
3
thinking,
months
it's like,
ago.
fuck yeah, I know vaguely about when you're talking about, because when Alex was going on about the Pacific Rim anime.
Yeah.
Like, and that was that. It was like 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago, but fuck, it feels like forever ago.
No, I was thinking back on it because I was talking about my favorite YouTube video I ever created is Dylan May Cry. I look back, like I watched it yesterday and I was losing my shit laughing at it, and I feel like that video is super old. That's from January, and I'm shocked that it's only January because I like haven't played Dylan May Cry in what feels like years, but I played it like I made a video on it in January, which is when I first got it. It's weird, man. Time's fucked. But also, to be fair, then I think, wow, we're in the 7th month of the year. This year's gone fast. But then when I think back about everything that's happened this year, it feels like years ago.
Yeah. It's like you're like, okay, so hang on, so we're 7 months into the year. But what the fuck happened 7 months ago?
Yeah, exactly.
Everything that happened 7 months ago feels like it happened 7 years ago.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. Like I moved houses and I'm just like kind of forgot. Like I've moved in so comfortably to the new house. Well, not comfortably, you know. I moved in and gotten used to the new house so easy it doesn't feel like I'm in a new house. Like,
Mm.
I feel back to the old house. And it's just weird.
Yeah.
I feel like I was so long ago, but it was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. It was literally like last month.
I was weirded out when I was watching the Friday Night Funkin' video, which was, it's 2 videos. It's me, Chris, and then you, Alex, and me. So it's 2 different Friday Night Funkin' streams that combined. It was before we watched Case Kitchen.
Yeah.
And I had my webcam on, and it's my old room, and I was like, God, am I glad I don't have to live in that fucking door right to the outside, so I don't have to kill spiders every day.
Oh.
Now my room
Now
is
the
just
question
one
is-
big room.
The question is, did the ant hole follow you?
No, I can report no ant hole. Whoever moves
Yet.
into that house has to deal with the ant hole curse.
No, I imagine it's yet.
It's
You
gonna-
just hear the
You know how you
hear the
get
sound
those...
of me outside your wall with a drill, just drilling a hole through your wall.
You know how you get, because it was a power outlet they'll come out of, right? You know how you get, like, those power
Okay.
extender things that are, like, a bunch of outlets? Watch them just start coming out of that.
Well, yeah.
Watch them just-
Oh god.
Like, it makes
that's,
no sense.
That's the most terrifying GIF I've ever seen.
Is it
was-
that spider one?
Yeah, the one where it's like, I think it was in. I don't remember where it was, but it was somewhere that they have a lot bigger holes on the sockets. And someone poked something in
yeah.
there, and a whole fucking spider comes out
it's
of
like,
it.
They do like a pin, and I thought at first it was a video of someone getting shocked, and then this fucking like huge black spider just jumps out and runs. Have you seen the one
Yeah,
of
I
the
was like-
spider bursting out of a banana peel?
No, I have
Oh,
seen the
that's
picture. Have you seen the picture of the dude at Woolies? And he goes to Woolies and he picks up a bag of lettuce, flips it over, and
that-
there's just a
yeah,
fucking
that's
spider
good.
in it.
That video is always.
There's a
gotten
banana
me.
one that really grosses me out because it's literally in a store, and they're like, why
Oh,
does the
God.
banana have like this like kind of like, because it looks like a pimple on it. They're looking at it and it's like
Ooh.
pulsating, and then they just see like a black leg pierce through it, and then a spider crawls out.
Oh god.
Ew.
It's really fucked up, and it's like, how'd it get there?
We
Yeah.
didn't get there. We'll never know,
Yeah.
but what we do know is we're burning every banana in the
Yeah,
store.
pretty much. I could do like,
That's what I would do if I was the manager of that store and someone said, "Yeah, but a spider just crawled out of a banana." I'd be like, "Right, bring me all the bananas,
Yeah, we're
put them
gonna-
in the back car park.
Yeah.
I'm gonna burn them, and just tell everyone the banana shipment got lost this week."
Uh-huh.
I have a water machine, right? Like, you know those kind of office water machines you get? We have one
Yeah,
of those.
like the water cooler.
Yeah, we have a water cooler, and one time I was trying to get a drink, and I had a glass, and it was like late at night, like one of those nights where you wake up and you're just thirsty. I wanted to
Yeah.
get a drink, and I told Chris a story, and as I was sipping my water, I felt something touch my lips, and it was just a fucking like Black Widow in my drink.
Oh
And
Jesus!
what happened was it was on like the nozzle of the machine, so it just got fucking blown into my cup.
God.
And I'm pretty sure it was dead, but I fucking just spat the water everywhere and just instantly just like poured the glass out, and then like just got a whole new glass.
Yeah,
And
no,
I
it's
just
understandable.
drank tap water.
Honestly, yeah, I think I'd drink tap water in
I was
that
like,
situation.
let's not do that. I think I talked about this weird nightmare I had, and I say it's a nightmare because it's not like a phobia of mine. It was just fucking weird. So it's one of those dreams that feels really weird, and I thought it's like a dream inside of a dream, right? You know those dreams where, like, you wake up.
Oh
your
god,
dream?
yeah.
It was one of those.
Oh, God.
So I wake up and it's the exact same feeling I just talked about. I was super thirsty. I remember it very vividly because it felt really real. And I went up to go get my drink, and I remember it was tapped because I think the water machine was out. And I fill up the cup, and I turn around, it's just a fucking mannequin dead in front of me. And then I just fucking like shit myself and wake up and I'm in my bed again. But the weird thing about the story is, I had the cup next to me
Oh,
when I woke up, and that's what freaked me out. Because I have...
You got up and you got like the axe, you're like creeping into the lounge room to make sure there's not a dead body
No, but
there.
the reason
Yeah.
it freaked me out is I don't really use cups. I usually use bottles unless I'm getting a drink at night.
Yeah.
Which is why it freaked me out, because I would have been like, oh, I must have just had that cup beforehand. No, I wouldn't have, because my bottle was right there. I would have just filled up the water bottle.
oh,
So that's what freaked me out. So I was like, did I wake up and then like fall asleep and then forget the like 5 seconds before and just imagine the mannequin?
shit.
There's that one dream I used to always bring up, which I kind of forgot, which is it's me going out of my house to go to school, and then a dude in a dog costume kicks me in the dick, and then I wake up. And then I talk about how the thing that freaked me out the most about it was that my house had stairs. Not that a dude in a dog costume kicks me in the dick. So I was talking about it because I was like, it was like one of my first nightmares I vividly remember, and I was like, yeah, but like my house had stairs, but like I lived in a one-story house. Like, why are you worried about that?
One of the first nightmares I vividly remember is that I was being hunted by Wile E. Coyote.
I think the youngest one I can remember, like when I remember when I had a kid, like that, the dog one is the one that like sticks with me because it's so bizarre. But the actual nightmare, like actual terror nightmare I had, which to be fair, if I had it now, I would still be scared of it. It was basically my house back when I lived in the city, and basically what it was it was normal, like everyone was acting normal, but the house was covered in spiders.
Yeah.
Like the doorknob and shit was covered in spiders, but everyone was acting normal. Everyone was like turning doorknobs and just grabbing spiders and shit. And furnitures were like made out of spiders. And everything was just spider-led. I'm not an arachnophobe, but fuck that.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Doesn't even.
And
even if
you were the only
not...
one who noticed.
Yeah, no, I was freaking out. My mom was like, "What's wrong, Dylan? Like, what's the matter?" I was like, and they were just like covered in spiders, and no one was reacting but me, and I was shitting myself.
I distinctly remember being like, I was probably like 8 or 9, I think, and I'm laying in bed, and I couldn't close my eyes because every time I closed my eyes, I just saw Wile E. Coyote running down the road towards me.
Awesome.
I had a weird ass dream, but like the weirdest one that comes to mind, like nightmare wise, because I woke up and I feel bad, and I told my sister and I told my mother, and they said there's something wrong with me. I can't remember it fully because it's been so long, but basically the idea was I was in like a forest, and then I found like this military camp, and I was just like hanging out there like casually. I was like an African warlord dude. And he was just talking to me casually, and I was with people, like I think Chris and like Tate were there or something. Like there was people from school that were there with me, and then we were like in, like it wasn't a war, like we weren't fighting. I guess we were just in like a war zone. And then the guy's like, "This is my pet monkey," and I was just a fucking like tiny monkey, and he was just shaved naked, and he was in like a diaper, and just then like all I don't remember how I reacted in the dream, but like I remember that I ran out of the tent. And I was like holding my mouth, and I was just projectile vomiting, and then I woke up vomiting. And it's so bizarre.
The monkey.
And the reason it makes it weird
I want to know
is
you never told this on like one of the Sea of Thieves streams.
I might have, maybe. I think I did. Maybe I forgot about it because I only remember the names talking about weird dreams. But the thing is, the monkey's real. It's a monkey from Metal Gear. The African warlord and the monkey are real. They're in Metal Gear.
Yes.
Like if you, I'm sure, Chris, if you type in like Metal Gear monkey, it'll come up. Like that's the monkey that was in my dream.
You've asked me to do this before.
Yeah,
that's
the exact monkey from my dream. And the weird thing is, I didn't play the Metal Gear game it's from. I've never seen that Metal Gear game before because it's 4, and I never touched 4. I played fucking Snake Eater and 5, and I only saw it in that like a month or 2 later. And I fucking shat myself. It was like in a Let's Play. Or something I was watching because it was not a good game I never played. So I was just watching someone play it, and I fucking freaked out. I stopped watching because I was freaked out. I was like, "What the shit?" Yeah, that's it. That's the monkey.
God. I once had a dream that I blew up my entire class trying to light a barbecue.
I had a dream I was riding a giant shark in the hamburger zone.
Nice.
That's the monkey.
Yeah, that's the monkey that made me projectile vomit in real life.
Cursed.
I feel like it's a Mandela effect. I feel like that monkey didn't exist until I had the dream.
Yeah.
It's like that thing where it's like it didn't exist, but now everyone thinks it did. Like the Berenstein Bears thing, where they'll never call Berenstain or something.
Yeah, they're always called Berenstain.
Yeah, but everyone thinks it was Berenstain, but it's always been called like Bearstain or whatever, and everyone freaked out. It's like that.
It's the Berenstain Bears.
Yeah, well, something like that. There's something like that where like everyone thinks it's the wrong version, but it's actually something else, and everyone got freaked out by it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's how I feel like this monkey is, because I feel like it never existed till I like dreamt it, and everyone else is acting like it did.
You dreamt it, and then Hideo Kojima himself forced it into every copy of
all the games
Metal Gear Solid.
All the games Kojima makes, including Death Stranding, are made from my dreams.
You dreamt it.
Speaking of
you dreaming about, Dylan?
Speaking of which, that reminds me of a stream I had planned, but I completely forgot about. I have LSD emulator, Dream Emulator.
Oh god, no!
And I've actually never played it. I've seen like one video on it like 10 years ago.
Yeah, no,
And
I've
I
seen
know
a couple
about the
videos
Grey
on
Man,
it.
is it? I know there's a spooky
I don't
man.
know.
There's a spooky guy that can appear in your randomized dreams. But that's a stream right there. Chris, I feel like if I was doing one, it has to be you, because we did 21 in the world. Which is basically
Fuck
just
yeah.
later.
Yeah.
I feel like you need like a full team. It's like Dylan playing it, people
You
that
need to-
have
you need to
content,
actually put me to sleep.
researching everything about it.
You need to put me to sleep and then like hook me into the computer.
Mm.
And I need a
That's-
team to
that's-
maintain me.
That could be a thing, you know.
One day.
Go to sleep, and then we just slap a bunch of electrodes on you and just let it play the game. And wire one electrode into
But
each
you know what
control.
happened? The game would actually share my dream, and all you'd see is a bunch of naked shaved monkeys. And you'll just see me in my sleep going,
It's like, it's like me, Alex, Tate, Chris, Cormac, we're all like standing around.
Dylan, wake up! And
It's
I'm like,
That's like, alright, we're gonna begin. Alex and I start like putting the electrodes, or it's like Alex and Tate start putting the electrodes on, Cormac and I are monitoring it, like typing really fast to check things.
Yeah.
The game's playing on another monitor, and then it just fades to black, fades up with the monkeys, and you just start seizing.
yeah, like it's just like a seizure in the bed, and then the monkeys just go,
You just start having a seizure. You just have to start having a seizure, and Alex, we just have to get Alex and Cormac to hold you down.
You know, it's a dog that kicked me in the dick, but he's holding the monkey like a bat by the legs.
Yeah.
And I'm just screaming. The African warlord dude is commanding the monkeys.
No, and then what happens is you eventually wake up. We're all dressed as African warlords.
And,
Well-
and then it's an Armadillo effect situation where that's normal, and I'm the weirdo.
yeah, exactly. We're like, Dylan, what the fuck? Why aren't you?
Hey, what are you doing?
Fuck,
Why'd
man,
you
that's disrespectful.
Why'd you
That's
fall
disrespectful.
Why'd you fall asleep without your military gear on? Fucking weirdo.
I would love to do something like that.
Have you seen that video where a guy's sleeping and all his friends act like he's dead? And he wakes up and he freaks out and he's like grabbing his friends,
God.
but they just like, I guess they must be stronger than him and they just don't flinch at all.
Yeah.
And he's like freaking the fuck out. They did that to a kid too. They covered a kid in a blanket and removed the blanket, and then like the whole
I
family,
saw that.
yeah, acted like
I
they couldn't
saw
see
that.
him. And even when they got shot, he's like, ah! And they all act like they still couldn't see him, and he's just like screaming, "Mom, please!" And everyone's like,
Yeah.
He's invisible!
My favorite of that kind of thing is the guy who was getting bullied. So this kid in school was getting bullied. This wasn't a kid I know. This is a story I heard, but he's getting bullied, and eventually he graduates, but he eventually runs into his bully again, like a couple years later,
maybe
and
it is.
decides to get revenge by just following him around and putting pineapples around.
Ooh.
yes,
So, dude opens his front door in the morning, pineapple. But not every morning. On random mornings.
Ooh.
Dude gets in his car, pineapple. But not every morning.
Just sometimes.
Sometimes. He did this for 2 years, as the story goes. He even broke into the guy's house, didn't move anything, just put a pineapple on his fucking kitchen table. Eventually, he stops doing it, thinking that he's gotten his revenge. 2 years after that, the guy has a mental breakdown in the supermarket when someone didn't put a pineapple back. You know, like people like, it's like, oh, I decided I don't need this pineapple, just put it on the nearest shelf. Someone's done that and he's seen it and just loses his shit.
Oh.
There's a story kind of like that, not like that level, but it's literally like the biggest gamer moment. I think I told Chris about it because it sounds so unreal, but there's footage of it. But like, you know those radio shows when you're in the car and it's like, you know, they just get
Yeah,
random
it
calls
is.
in?
Yeah.
It's like a Dateline kind of thing. Like it's like a wingman kind of show thing, right? Where it's like they try to hook people up with like a second date from like a Tinder date,
Okay.
and it's like, and the guy's like, "Hello," I don't remember the names at all, but I'll just make it up. So it's like, "Hello, Justin. Marie here. Said you were really good on your Tinder date with her, and she was saying she would love a second one." And then this dude Justin is like losing his shit laughing, and then the girl and the host are really confused. Go, "What's wrong?" He goes, "Oh fuck, I just slept with her because it's my bully's mom. I don't give a shit." I purposely, and then he's like, "This is fucking hilarious though, that my dick was so good she wants a second time. Let's go."
Yep. Yep.
And she's like, you're disgusting. You're vile. Like, hey, shut up, bitch. You sucked my dick. I recorded it. And then, and I was like, if you're
I
a
still have
bully
that.
in that situation, just leave town. You gotta go.
Yeah, at
Yeah.
that point, she has no choice but to leave
Yeah,
town.
you are exiled. You gotta start life again. Because even there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing worse than the actual bully. The actual I'm gonna fuck your mom.
And then actually doing it.
Because even if it's because in that situation it's like, oh, the mom just wanted a date, right? But then the dude was a dick.
Mm.
Doesn't matter. Everyone your age is like, hello, your mom got fucked, idiot.
And
you're just like, I gotta leave and I can't tell anyone. I gotta delete this footage.
Mm-hmm.
I told that the comic
Not even that.
fucking loved it.
I can imagine it's like that kid is literally just like, well, pulls out a handgun and just leaves town. He's just never heard from again.
See, that's I feel like they should show that the kids when they're doing anti-bullying shit.
This is why you don't bully people? Because
No,
this
fuck
kid will come and
off.
fuck your mum on radio.
He'll play the long game. He'll wait till he's 25 and your mom's 50.
Yep.
He'll wait. He'll
Joke's
play the
on
long
you.
game.
I'm only 20 and my mum's 50. I'm not even 20. I'm 19 and my mum's 50.
Cormac's mom's really old. I don't mean to throw his mom under the bus, but I remember, in primary school, she was
Oh, I
60
think-
something, right?
Yeah, no, I think I've had the same reaction because I've run into Cormac at the dentist before and seen him with his mum and gone, oh.
Yeah. I don't even because I remember Cormac said that's really mean, though, and I thought it was his grandma.
Oh god.
Oh no.
And I literally said it because I was talking to him afterwards. Because it was my first time meeting his mother, and he's like, "That's my mom doing." I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I was like,
Oh.
You're like, oh.
No.
No.
and but this was before Cormac got henched, because otherwise I would have been fearing for my life, hiding under my bed in fear.
Otherwise you would have been dead.
Yeah, I would have been under my bed going, "Please, no!"
I'm trying to remember who was it. He had a different gym group. He went with Riley in there.
Yeah, he went with a whole different crew.
Yeah, no, because I actually used to have a gym as well around the same time.
I just went
but they were.
when I went to the gym. I just went with Cormac and Alex, and I remember Alex would always try to figure these sneaky ways to get out of working out. My favorite one, because I told Cormac right afterwards, and Cormac went off at him because Cormac's very extreme when it comes to the gym. No, you gotta feel pain.
Yeah.
So Alex obviously was more than me because I'm a weak baby boy. And so usually the rule is when we had Cormac down here, is you do whatever you can do, right? So let's say I'm doing 10 weights at a 10G or whatever, right?
Mhm.
You do 15.
10 grams.
You do whatever you can do at minimum, and you do it 15 times. Right? 15 push-ups, whatever, right? Whatever you can do it 15 times. And if it gets super easy, go up weights. That's the rule.
Yeah, that's what I used to do with my
It's
crew.
solid, it works.
Yeah.
But I remember
start at a weight you know you can do it 15. If you're not
if you do it easily, move
right
up.
in by the end of it, move up.
Yeah, if your arms aren't hurting, move up.
Yeah, exactly.
But
That's how we used to do it.
But I remember Alex was trying to be sneaky, so I was doing mine, because mine are obviously a lot less than his, and he was doing big ones, and then he was like, oh no, because mine are big, I do less, so. I was like, no, shut up.
That was the dumbest thing
Yeah,
ever.
no, he did 5, and he was like, no, mine are bigger, so I
Wow.
get to do less. And I was like, no, shut up, bro, do more. He's like, nah, mine are bigger. So I told Cormac, I literally, but it's the equivalent of going to the teacher, pretty much.
You went to Cormac Sensei.
Yeah, but I was like, if you're gonna make me do 20, bro, no, 15, you gotta do it too, fucker. I'm not getting out of it.
Yeah, no.
But other than that, I remember he did the chin-up stuff. He did that fine, but when it came to weights, he'd always be like, no, I'm doing 5, bro. I do more than you, so no, shut up, do it. I couldn't do squats or that kind of, that weightlifting where you had to squat down. Couldn't do it. I couldn't do anything that involves squatting. My back and my muscles just can't handle it. I can lift weights. I can do anything that involves pulling and all that, but the second it involves leg stuff, can't do it. The fucking squats and shit kill me. Although I won't say names, right? You'll probably know who I meant. I won't even say username because I'm kind of thrown on the bus here. But someone that we all know, we took him to the gym once.
Yes.
Yep.
And this is what this really concerned us because I'm not trying to do oh no I'm so weak, sad. But I have that muscle problem where I can't lift weights. So
That's like
it's
legit.
kind of embarrassing going to the gym and because you're surrounded by people that don't know. But you gotta make do.
Yeah.
And so I'm lifting a lot less weights than everyone around me and shit like that. But this new friend of ours that we brought with us, he was doing less than me and struggling. And that's worrying because he doesn't have anything like that. And I'm not trying to be mean to him. I'm just saying that was very concerning. And
Very.
And even like the leg stuff, because a thing where it's like a weight you have to push up your legs. He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it once on like nothing on it. And they got really anxious and they like left, right? Like they basically ran away.
Yep.
And fair enough, they must have been super like embarrassed or whatever. But like they just needed to keep going, or at least get something at home to do, right? Because that's scary. Like not even trying to like make fun of him. That's worrying. If anyone else has anything like that, listening to the stream or the VOD, fucking improve, dude. Like not even like no.
Please.
Either improve, or if you can't even like do that weight, go see a doctor.
Yeah, go see a doctor.
Because that's probably not good.
Yeah, go see a doctor if you physically can't. Or like what I would say, right, bare minimum, right, is just start walking a lot, jog or something, right?
Yeah.
And then work
That's
your way
what I
up.
do.
Yeah. Well, I do it
That's what I
sometimes
do.
too.
I'm not a huge fan of the gym. I find it overly. I find it kind of stressful.
I just hate going
because I'm a lanky boy, so I find it kind of stressful to go to the gym. And honestly, I went to the gym for about 6 months straight, and I barely felt like I was actually getting anywhere.
About the same, but I got better because I could barely lift milk cartons before.
Yeah. See, because I worked in fast food, I did a lot of manual labor.
Lift baskets.
I was already reasonably, I was already strong enough for my job.
Yeah, because lifting those fucking boxes on stock tape is fucking effort.
Yeah, exactly. So because I already had that head start, it was going to take longer for me to feel like I was getting anywhere. I didn't feel like I was getting anything out of the gym membership. So I ended up cancelling it. Now I just go for a walk at least once or twice a week.
And walks are also relaxing. You can listen to music and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But let's go. The main reason I don't like going to gyms, besides that I don't want to go alone, is because I'm a big guy, right? Besides, like, the obvious weight side of it, I'm big. Like, I'm tall and I got broad shoulders. That was an issue I had a lot in school. People assume I'm stronger than I am because I got big, broad shoulders and I'm big. But I'm super weak, so it's really embarrassing to go to the gym and then lift up the smallest weights. And everyone stare at you when you're my size.
Yeah. It's kind of the reverse for me a little bit, because like I'm super skinny, so it doesn't look like I can lift much. But it's still really embarrassing to be like picking up like a 5 kilo weight to do your like curls and that. And it's like, oh.
Well, it's because you look to the side and you see someone lifting weights the size of your whole body. You go, okay.
Yeah. I went with Alex to the gym once, and it was like I'm sitting there like I'm doing arm curls on like a 5 or a 6 kilo. He's doing them on a 12 or a 13 kilo, and I was like, this is.
Cormac does like 60, and I remember Alex, Alex, he wants to, he can't be the weakest, right?
No, he can't.
So Cormac is lifting these fucking ridiculous, comically large weights, and Alex goes, I can do that. And Alex does do it, but the downside is, Alex dies for the next month.
That happening. I remember like the week after that, he was just useless.
He was like out, he couldn't get up. Cormac was like, let's go again, boys.
Yeah, and Alex was like, please end me.
To Cormac's credit, to Alex's credit, he did do it. I couldn't even get him off the ground, but the sacrifice was not worth it.
No, it was not.
And at that point, he went to his own thing. He was like, okay, yeah, no, you don't skip. It's too painful. The loss to skipping weights hurts too much. If you don't, like, the only reason you do it is you literally have no job. Right, and someone else is paying for your gym membership, then you do it because you'll just be fucking out for a week on your own bed. But if you have to go to work like we did, because, Reds and even like school at time, it's like, well, I don't want to go to school fucking unable to walk.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Which is why I was really, because I want to work out mainly because I had a job and because of the muscle thing, right? Like, I had trouble lifting up the baskets and they're full, and it's like, well, I want money, so I need to work out, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I'm at, like, average level shit where I can lift up the boxes and shit on stock tape. Not really average, but you know what I mean? Like, I can do what most people on the work can do. So it's less worrying about, like, having, like, I don't have to worry about, like, you know, someone asks me to do something and then me not just able to do it and then having to go back and go, I can't lift it, and I'm going, God damn it, Dylan.
That's the worst because it's super embarrassing and shit.
It's why my mum usually makes me work with her because she knows I'll tell her. Because, you know, I'm not gonna. Someone tells me to lift something, you know, it's that manly pride that we all have, right? Where it's like, well, I can't tell the guy that I just met that I can't lift this. I can't tell, like, the nice, you know, older woman that's, like, teaching me shit that I can't lift this.
Yeah.
True.
I have to do it, and then you just knack yourself, or you just fail miserably. The worst fuck up I've ever done on working was at Red's, and I put the chips into the basket, but then for some reason I just flipped the chips into the fryer. With the basket.
You told me about that.
And then I just stared at it for a bit, and then Josh came over. Josh didn't say anything. He did that thing where he puts like his hand on his chin and just looks at you.
Like...
And then I went, oh fuck. I was so out of it. I must have went to bed at 3 a.m. or something. Or oh no, I remember what it was. The rosters wouldn't come in for me sometimes.
Oh.
That happened to me for like 3 weeks. Like it wasn't 3 weeks in a row. It was just randomly 3 weeks. I wouldn't get a roster, so I wouldn't know I was working. So I would have stayed up talking to Tate, and my mum would have woken me up at like 7 a.m. going, Dylan, we're opening.
Oh, tomorrow on the open shift. You're like, what?
I go, oh, I just went to bed at 4. No, it's like you should have went to bed earlier. It's like Tate just yelled for like till 5 a.m. What was I supposed to do?
Tate's an idiot. You don't
I can't
understand.
Tate's retard powers.
It's okay. I don't think he'll ever be as bad as the owner when he cracked his head on the backloading door frame.
Oh, did we tell you? Did me and Alex tell you about when we almost legitimately almost died while working there? So
maybe.
So you know that back area, right? Where we usually keep like the cans and the drinks and all that. You know how there's a ladder on the ceiling?
Oh, I think you did tell me about this.
But basically, like the bolt came unloosed. And me and Alex were like trying to move the huge pile of coke. And ladder comes down and just misses us by like the smallest margin. I think it hit my boot. Because I had my foot to the side. And if that ladder hit you on the fucking head, you're dead. It's not a tiny metal ladder. It's a huge, bulky, rusted.
Like it's one that they use to get up to like the top. It's what they use to get up to into the roof of the store. And the roofs are like super tall.
Yeah, it's a fucking
like it would have
beefy
taken
ladder.
you out.
Yeah, it would have. And like best case, your brain damage.
Fuck.
Probably not that, but you know, like your skull was getting cracked either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, easily.
And like, I remember. No, it wasn't even that. It wasn't a whole ladder. It was just the side I was on. Sorry. Because
the other side was fine.
Yeah, because it's
and
like
Alex was just sitting there like.
Yeah, Alex. No, it was just silent for a minute. It was just like. Just barely survived. And then we had to remove all that rotten chicken that someone left over the weekend, like out of the fridge.
Oh god,
Alex needed the actual gas mask to do it because it actually.
Alex legitimately bought a gas mask in to take it over to the Woolies.
Yeah, it wasn't even for a joke because some people thought it was for a joke. No, he actually needed it. I couldn't get near it. I would legitimately like reflex-wise, I would just fall to the ground holding my mouth. It was that fucking vile. I think my favorite...
the chickens they were 2 weeks out of date. When we found them, and they were in the freezer, and then they were left in the fridge for a week.
Yep. It's not great. Just rotting fucking meat.
Yeah.
But also, I think my favorite thing was, because sometimes, with Reds, it's actually a roll of a dice if you have a good shift. It's not like, oh, it's this day. It really depends on who was the shift before. Because sometimes you'll go in, and the fuckers just didn't say anything, and there's no chicken. At all. Like, not even not salted, just there isn't chicken. Because that was my favorite things. Because my mom closed the store because we had no fucking chicken at a place called Red Rooster.
Yeah.
So my mom closed the store.
Number of times, customer comes in. Yeah, can I get a whole chicken, please? Sorry, we're out of chicken right now.
We're out of chicken, bro. But my mom closed the store, and basically it was just we were gonna set everything up for the next day because everything was just fucked. I think there was no rooster bags, there was no rooster rolls, there was no chicken, like period. And like
yeah, I think I remember you telling me. I think I remember hearing about this shift.
And I don't remember
where it was
who
just
was the night shift before.
Everything.
But like, so basically, mom just sent me in with a shit ton of money and just said buy all the fucking chickens in Woolworths. And it's that picture of me It's just a POV picture of me, and it's one of those big shopping carts filled to the brim with chicken. And like the chicken like kind of loosely almost falling out, and the caption of the tweet is like the caption of the snap was just like it's one of those days.
the sad boy.
That was after. That was when I got back to the store, and then I realized I had to prepare the chicken. Then it was Sad Boys 2020.
Can you imagine? Right, you're just a customer walking through Woolworths. You see a guy in a Red Rooster uniform buy Woolworths out of chicken.
And just put it in a trolley, not even a bag. There was no bags for it. It was all just the chicken in their plastic wrapping in a trolley.
She just grabs you by your shoulders and says, buy all of the fucking chicken.
Buy all of it. And then, like, I was like, I got chicken.
It's like a gift. It's like a credit card sliding in and just your mum's eyes glinting. It's just like, buy all the chicken.
But then, like, the thing is, because that's my favorite image that I ever made comes after that. Actually, the second favorite, the one of me, like, falling through the universe, and it's the most blurry piece of shit image. I look like an eldritch horror, and it's just Mikan from Danganronpa's ass behind me. And it's just called ass. Like, there's just the caption ass. That's my favorite image. My second favorite is it's me in my Red Rooster uniform with my hat over my eyes, and it's like a shitty rain effect, and it's a rotating, spinning rainbow text that says like "Sad Boys 2001," and there's another thing that says #Life is Pain, and the caption is it was when she ate Lightning McQueen or something, but it was
when the boys aren't aerodynamic. Or something.
It was when the boys aren't, because it's the quote that Lightning McQueen says at the start of Cars 1.
Yeah.
And the reasoning behind it was I had to make all the chicken.
The number of days where you go into Reds and it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like
was uncountable.
Oh yeah.
I will never forget the morning. Where I technically the owner blew it up, but I was there and yeah, we blew up the backup warmer.
Yeah, I remember my mother.
It was like my third open shift ever. It was the owner and me opening out the back, and then you might not know her, but she was the really nice older lady that used to be one of the managers.
I think I might have heard about her, but I never saw her.
You've probably heard about her, but you never met. She was supposed to be out the front, so it was me and two managers on for the morning. So that's stressful enough when you're a new hire.
Yeah, because I expect.
I'm out the back. I think I was cleaning up. I think I was doing the morning dishes because the boss and I had just finished doing the chicken, and I was cleaning everything down. He was in the office sorting out tills for the front of house people. And all of a sudden, there is just this massive crack throughout the store, like someone just. Okay, I don't know if you two have ever been to a shooting gallery before.
Ooh. No.
I've heard a shotgun be fired because my dad knew a redneck friend.
Okay. It was kind of like probably around a 9mm going off.
Shit.
Coming from the backup warmer. So I immediately run over there because I was actually the closest because I think I was putting some spikes on underneath the table or I was checking the oven or something.
Uh-huh.
So I go over and I throw the door open and all of a sudden there's just smoke comes billowing out of it. Front of house manager comes running in because she was just by the drive-through door doing something, so she was the next closest. And we're both standing there and we look down, you can just see the element under the platform glowing red. And the boss comes over and he looks at it and he goes, "Oh shit." Because what had happened was, that morning, he and I had turned the backup warmer on, and it had started filling up with water and yada yada. But the float had gotten stuck. There'd been some calcium buildup on it, and it was stuck. It was stuck in the down position, so it was stuck so that the system thought there wasn't enough water, and it was constantly flowing water in. So it flooded. So me and the manager noticed that it was flooding. He grabbed one of the hot gloves, wiggled it a bit to try and loosen it up, and pulled it up into the top position. What we didn't realize is that it was now stuck in the top position. So about an hour and a half later, the thing has successfully boiled off all the water it had access to, no longer has anywhere to dissipate the heat to, and cracked.
Shit.
So I think for about a week, we were running with the backup warmer only on one coil, because it has like a coil in the bottom that heats all the steam up and then just another dry coil at the top. So we were just running with the dry coil, which was barely enough to keep all the chicken warm. For about a week until the technician could come in and fix it.
Guys, I found it.
What did you find? Shit.
Is it just another picture of that fucking monkey? Yes! Just found out my girlfriend isn't aerodynamic, red, or speed. All these fake women shaking my head. Professional sad boy, I'm suffering. Be right back crying. What a vibe. Sad Boys 2001.
Sad Boys 2001.
Such a good image.
God.
Like how my name is just epic.
Yeah, I'm looking at the background of it, trying to figure out what the background, like where you've taken the photo.
I'm pretty sure that is in the Red Rooster office. I'm pretty sure.
Is it? I was gonna say it looks like the back of the burger bun thing.
Maybe I can't. It's definitely in Reds. It's been a while since.
Oh yeah, no, I see it now. Yeah, you're sitting up against that back wall, the wall in the office.
I have a shitty image, but it says my last name at the top. So
Yeah.
I'll crop it and I'll show it later. I saw Epic, but then it says 5 hours ago and it has my name. So I'll just crop that later.
Yeah.
Good thing I noticed that, because I was about to just drag it into the stream.
Oh god.
Yeah.
That's a good image. I'll crop it and I'll just post it in Outcast.
Yeah.
That's a good image. That's one of my best works.
It is.
It's up there with me eating
But
rice.
one of my
rank that
best
you
works will
have.
always just be the many videos of living with Alex.
That one of fucking Alex dipping, like, what was it, Tim Tams and, like, spicy sauce?
No, it was Choc Ripple in Mexican.
That was it, yes.
Mexican dip.
I actually liked it. What a freak. No, you sent me an image, and it's a dude in a gas mask, like, on the wall above a shower, and I actually thought that was Alex. And then I think our boy Scully told me that that's not Alex. That's an image.
Yeah, no, that's one of my favorite images to send to people with no context.
I genuinely
and just
thought it was
tell them
Alex.
that it's Alex.
Like, because all you see is a gas mask and coat, and I was like, that's Alex. That's literally Alex.
That's Alex.
It's not Alex Dillon. What do you mean? It's him in spirit.
It's him in spirit.
It's like how any dude who's slightly big in a Hawaiian shirt is me, even if he's a fucking asshole.
God.
I was telling Paul that sometimes you have to accept...
Hang on, I want to tell this. I have a video that was... I think you might have been here when we filmed it, Dylan.
Maybe?
It was... No, okay, so it was February last year, when Alex and I were still over the road. And it is just a video from my bed to my doorway. Alex walks around, takes a bite out of this massive chunk of cheese, and then just screams and runs away.
I remember you guys brought this bit up, and I still don't know the context. I was like at your guys' house, and you kept telling me to look out for the cheese demon, and you never gave me context about it. And I was like, "What's the cheese demon?" Because you guys were at uni, and it was me alone at the house at like 10 p.m. And you guys were like, "Oh yeah, look out for the cheese demon. He comes by now." And I thought you guys were talking about like a cat or something. But when I asked, you guys didn't elaborate and just ignored the questions and went on about
I'll
something
send it
else.
to you on Snapchat, Dylan.
I was
I'll
so
send it to you on
concerned. I assumed it was a cat, but you guys just wouldn't say anything. And every time I brought it up, you would just like ignore me or sandbag it, and it made me more concerned.
I got a lot of great footage from living with Alex.
Remember that fucking... One of my favorite things in a YouTube video that I forgot to put in the best of 2020, whatever you should have, is I made you and Alex's house in The Sims, and I photoshopped Joey and fucking Yugi making out like a shitty ass paint picture onto the TV of your Sims watching it, and then the audio is just me going, "This looks great." It's in the YouTube video.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's in the YouTube video. I just forgot to clip it and put in the 2020 best of.
I remember you sending me the picture of that. I remember you like did it and you snipped it and sent it to me.
It's a good image.
Oh fuck! And then there was just the many me bullying Yusuke in the basement.
Yeah. I need to bring it back. I was talking
that's
back because
it.
people actually love the Sims series and told me to bring it back.
But
I'm waiting
should
till
bring-
I have enough until like shit's on sale because there's a lot of new DLC, but it's very expensive.
Bring it, restart it, make it like season 2.
Yeah, that's what we're
redo
doing.
everything.
I had a title prepared, but we're doing like season 2, and I was gonna. It's basically just going to be the Jekyll and Dave again, but I'm adding rent money into the family.
Oh god.
Rent money needs to be established because I never saved any footage of the Def Jam streams, so he's been forgotten.
No.
There's that one screenshot of him pointing at his dick,
Yeah.
and and there's a clip somewhere of him throwing Danny Trejo into a train and killing him.
Yes.
Which in the fucking in the Devil May Cry video I talk about, and Tate thinks that I killed Danny Trejo in a video game, like as in he was playing the video game too.
Tate's an idiot.
What the fuck is wrong with Tate?
I said something like, oh yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, because he was asking about that one like Mexican actor, and then I said Bumblebee Man from The Sims. He's like, no, the one like Machete, and I was like, oh Danny Trejo. I was like, yeah, I killed him in Def Jam. We throw him into a train.
But do you know about so Resident Evil 8, Chris Redfield?
Yes.
Does that mean anything to you?
Oh
No.
God damn
Okay,
it.
because we can still explain it. It will just take a minute, but so we all know Resident Evil 8, big titty vampire lady.
Yes.
In the climax of the game, there's a baby, right? Like you save your baby.
Okay.
And you see the baby at the start of the game, right? And spoilers for the end of Resident Evil 8, everyone, including Ben. Cover your ears.
No, I don't care. I'm not.
Your main character dies, and Chris Redfield, who's the main character of Resident Evil 5 and like a bunch of older games, you play as him for the last part of the game. And your main character dies,
Okay.
and Chris Redfield looks like a baby. And there's a lot of mods at the start of the game, because Chris Redfield and the baby are at the start of the game, where people switch their heads, right? So you get Chris Redfield's big,
Okay.
grizzled military soldier face on a baby, and a baby head on the Griff soldier guy. And
Okay.
That's a mod.
Tate is such an idiot because Tate keeps saying, "Do you know about Chris Redfield baby?" So I think he's talking about that mod, right, where you switch their heads, or he's talking about how Chris Redfield saves the baby. No, Tate saw a video of someone let's play. He saw Slime School playing it,
Oh,
and
God.
Slime School has a joke when he gets to the end where he modded the baby to have Chris Redfield's head, and he was like, "Oh, you're just as beautiful as I remember," because he didn't have it modded in the first episode. And
Yeah,
Tate,
that's a very slimesicle thing to do.
yeah, and Tate thought that was real. He thought Resident Evil 8 ends with Chris Redfield saving a baby with an exact copy of his head.
Why do we even keep Tate around at this point? Do we keep him around
no,
because he
he-
can't survive on his own?
No, he was going on about like, "Do you need to see it? It's the funniest." So I thought it was one, but he was making me watch the Slimesicle. He made me we just watched a video without audio. It was just a scene, and Tay was like, "What?" And he paused it, and I thought what he meant was Chris saves her baby, right? And I was like, "Why do you want to show me that? It doesn't seem that funny." But he gets legitimately confused seeing the actual baby, and then he goes, "No, it's supposed to be Chris Redfield." I go, "Tate, what do you mean? What are you going on about, Tate?" And he showed me the Slimesicle video because I thought this was real. I'm like, why? Because I was watching the scene with him, and I was like, no one reacts to the baby. Ethan, the father of the child, is holding the baby at the moment. There's like 2 other people as well as him in the scene with the baby. No one comments on it having a man's head, Tate.
It's so good.
You fucking idiot. The fact that he thought it was real is the most baffling thing I have ever had from anyone. Because Tate does some dumb shit. Alex has done some dumb shit. Cormac's done some dumb shit. We've all done some dumb shit.
We've all done dumb shit.
Yeah.
But that so far is the top of the list of dumb.
I think what the dumbest thing I've done, related to you guys, is.
I have a lot, but my brain usually forgets about them. But I remember Tate's. Alex's is a lot of time. Alex will be wrong about something, and then he'll keep pushing that he's right, even though he's wrong, because he doesn't want to lose. Like the Star Wars thing he likes to bring up, where I said he's a fake Star Wars fan, was he was talking about. So we're talking about what was the best Star Wars prequel, and I said episode 3, he said episode 2, and I told him if episode 2 is so good, tell me a scene from it, and he starts talking about General Grievous, who's in episode 3. And then I go, no, that's episode 3, and Alex goes, Dylan, I'm the Star Wars fan, I would know. I go, you're not a Star Wars fan, it's episode 2, you fucking idiot. And we got into a really long argument, I'm pretty sure Chris and Tate were there. and I was like getting really annoyed because he just refused to admit he didn't know what he was talking about. And then when it was over, the only thing he remembered and brought up on streams was that I said he was a fake Star Wars fan, but he never told the context. He brought on the Pictionary stream, and I yelled at him again, and the argument started again. It's like, no, fuck you, say the context. Don't make me seem like an asshole.
Yeah, honestly. Like,
Say the context, man. But yeah, that's usually like what happens with, like, well, I'd say Alex's dumb moments is usually... Well, actually, no, there is one physical thing that isn't, like, you know... Like, because that's not really dumb, that's just more stubborn, right?
Yeah.
There is one dumb moment that involves work with Alex. Because I was bound by it. So, you know how, like, the chicken, right? Super salmonella poisoning. So, I get a hole in the bottom of my glove, right? Alex goes, hey, Dylan, you should go change your gloves. Fair, right? Completely fair. I go do that. Jaden is somewhat new to the whole working behind. He was always the front of house. It was like his first day there. He doesn't have gloves on. Alex doesn't have gloves on. But Jaden wants to get a chicken. But instead of telling Jaden to get gloves, or he gets gloves, he grabs the chicken, the salted chicken, off the hook with his bare hands. In the front, by the way, because this is the front of the store where people, like, just in front of the counter, like, next to the fryer. He grabs the fucking salted chicken with his bare fucking hands. After yelling at me for having a hole in the bottom of my glove.
Amazing.
I yell at him, because I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it's food poisoning. Like, you're going to food poison, like, someone's burger doing that. And he goes, Dylan, why are you being so, like, mad? I'm like, fuck off! No, he's like, it's not a big deal. And I'm like, no, you just went in on me for having a hole in my glove, which is fair, because, you know, I didn't want to poison anyone either. But you just grabbed fucking raw chicken with your bare hands. Fucking weirdo.
Honestly.
But I'd say that's probably the dumbest thing I've seen Alex do.
Yeah.
All the other stuff is just like, you know, he doesn't want to admit he's wrong, which is fair. We all get stubborn. So sometimes I'm wrong and I get stubborn and I refuse to back down, even though I know it's stupid. It's a fair thing. It's just with Alex, he really refuses. And because I'm also stubborn, I refuse. So it becomes an argument.
Yep.
But Tate's the actual person who will just say legitimately brain-numbing shit.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Like, if anyone, verbally
around.
is Tate, because I can list so much shit. Like, when he thought Brian Griffin was pronounced Bron Groff.
How the fuck do you even fuck that up?
But he knew it's Brian Griffin, but no, the weirdest thing about it, right? So he pronounced Brian Griffin wrong, right? But we weren't even talking about Brian Griffin. We were talking about Garfield. I made a joke about, like, how I hate Mondays, and Garfield died. I was like, no, I said, like, oh no, funny lasagna cat dies. And Tate goes, no! Bron Gruff will never eat lasagna again! And I laugh because I think... Yeah, I think it's on purpose, right? And Tate goes, oh fuck, I messed up. Like, what? He's like, Bron Gruff isn't the cat, that's the dog from Family Guy. I go, who the fuck is Bron Gruff? Fucking idiot.
Fucking idiot.
But see, there's like one, like, the Bron Gruff one just sticks with me so much.
Yeah.
The Bendy one is really dumb, but the Bron Gruff one is just so bizarre. Such a weird thing. But there was a third one I forgot that's very similar to the Bron Groff situation. It's the best, he's so dumb.
Yeah.
Is this why we keep Tate around? Is it because of how good at improv he is?
Yep.
Yeah, because he's always...
It's not even improv.
No, he's just an idiot.
Yeah.
No, I was telling Tate, I think I had Chris and shit, and I was saying that in life, right, there's, like, places people have, not like, you know, I'm not saying, like, you know, you're a peasant, be beneath me, but when it comes to humor, everyone has their own kind of thing, right? Like, Cormac is very dry. Like, Cormac's funny, like, Cormac likes very dumb Family Guy-esque humor, but Cormac's funny when he's doing dry humor, because he has a very deadpan voice. Where I'm just retarded. I just laugh and do dumb shit. I do shit that makes no sense. I will go out public wearing... Like, I almost did this the other day, but I decided not to because it was cold. That was the only thing holding me back. I was going to wear my Hawaiian shirt. I was going to wear my pink fucking, like, flamingo shirt. My flamingo socks with sandals and, like, my really tight shorts. I was going to go meet fucking Keely and Alex at McDonald's. Because I thought it would be funny, but then I decided not to because it was really cold. It was like 10. It was like 10 the whole day. It was fucking freezing. I woke up literally shivering and I had 4 blankets and a heater on.
Yeah.
And I like the cold, which is why I was fucking shocked, because I usually like sleeping in the cold. Like, I like it to be as cold as possible. And it was too cold for me. It was fucking ridiculous. So yeah, I put
Wow.
on the pants, which was really sad because I looked really good in those flamingo socks. But I still had them on. They were just in my boots.
E.
But then like, yeah, and then like, I was saying Chris is really funny when he's reacting. Because whenever Tate does something dumb, or someone says something dumb, Chris has like the best reaction. Where Tate doesn't have humor.
No.
He doesn't have humor, he
dumb.
just is humor.
Yeah, no, Tate will just say something dumb, genuinely.
Yeah. Tate will say something completely believing it, that everyone else goes, what?
Yep.
Like the fucking prom rock.
And then there's me, I'm the suicidal joke guy.
Yeah, I like to dab. But I just say.
I like to dab on the depression.
I remember, like, because in high school, when everyone was, like, into that hardcore random sense of humor, right?
Yeah.
Everyone had that stage. Or even if you didn't, you knew people in that stage. It was very common. And I was just an idiot that just said random shit that comes to my head because I can't think. People were like, wow, Dylan, you should be a comedian. You're so funny. I'm like, I literally just said, like, diarrhea fart. What do you want about? Fucking idiots. But I have, like, a really just broken sense of humor. Like, someone will tell me a really well-constructed joke and I might do a chuckle. But I fucking, like, there's an image of Coconut Head from Ned's Declassified. And I just, like, I sent it to myself because I was showing it to Tate and Chris. And after sending it, I stared at it for like 5 minutes, and we were just talking casually. And after staring at it for 5 minutes, I just started laughing uncontrollably. Like, I was on the ground. I put my webcam on to show that I wasn't faking it. My face was red. There was like tear streaks down my face. I was in fucking tears, unable to fucking like talk because my throat gave out because I was laughing at just an image and it wasn't even like an edited image. It was just a dude.
At least it wasn't Alex losing it during the Escapers stream.
Alex lost it once because I said, like, because I put the image of Freddy Krueger having diarrhea. And Alex, like, laughed and was, like, choking. And then Cormac actually thought he was choking. So Cormac actually got really concerned and, like, started patting on the back, asking if it was alright, because he was laughing so hard. And then, like, I completely forgot why I made him laugh, and I started laughing because Alex was just fucking going mental. Which is what I did during the Escapist stream, too.
Yeah. That is my favorite clip on my channel.
Oh yeah, Alex just going fucking nuts.
Alex just fucking laughing.
Yeah.
Because like there's the tiniest amount of like build up and context to it.
Oh, no, I've created the ideal situation for funnies. It's kind of hyper-specific, but in the Devil May Cry video, it's the exact moment. I even say what it is, but there is a time frame, a perfect time frame, which is 8 p.m. And if you are streaming or playing with people for about 10-20 minutes before that, and all your brains seem to simultaneously shut off at 8. There's something about it. And then it kind of depends on the situation, right? Because you all need to kind of not be focusing as well. You need to, like, you need to all be playing, like, different games, right? Or you need to, like, have...
Yeah.
Because, like, with the Escapists, that's exactly what happened. Alex was, like, doing something else. And then, like, there's just something, because you're so out of it, because you're not paying attention, that you just start getting delirious.
Yeah, exactly.
And then everything becomes funny. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what happens in Devil May Cry.
I'm pretty...
And it's the best.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Escaper stream was literally you were doing your
I was doing
job.
my plumbing, which is what happened when I
you
played
do-
with Cormac.
Yeah, you were doing your plumbing, and then you had your alien wife.
Yes, my body pillow.
And then Alex just had this image of you shoving your alien wife into a toilet. And he just broke him for a solid 2 minutes.
I'll explain the context to Chris, because it's kind of... It's still dumb, but it sounds dumber out of context. So basically, there's an escapist map, which is Area 51, right? And the idea is you're aliens, and you have to escape, and you get, like, alien masks. But there's an inflatable alien in the game, like, as an item, which does nothing. There's no use to it. It's just, like, you can pick up. And... whenever I play the Escapist, because I'm not really good at planning or figuring out, I usually just focus on getting my stats and just, like, plan later, get strong now. But I went off because there's a plumbing job in the Area 51 mission, and I want to be a plumber because funny. But I find, like, there's a toilet I unclogged, and I'm pretty sure it was, like, the chest next to it had the inflatable alien in it. So I started just walking around with the alien in my hands, because you can see me holding it, and just claiming it's my wife.
Yeah.
And I was just going on, I would like go sit, because if I sit down, it looks like I put it next to me on the couch. So I'd sit down and stare at walls with it. And Alex would be like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm showing my wife, bro, fuck off. And I would just not help, and I'll do that. And then like, there was a point where I was like, I need to actually escape. I was like, I'm happy with my wife. He's like, I'll take your plunger down. I was like, do it. I'll fucking cram my wife into the toilet. Because you can flush items down the toilet, so I ended up flushing my wife down the toilet. And that's why Alex laughed. Because he imagined someone accidentally flushing their inflatable wife down a toilet. And then being heartbroken trying to grab them out of the fucking toilet as they sink. And then, let's tell you, Alex was fucking just losing it. Because when Alex gets into a laughing fit, he's like an aggressive person when he's... Not aggressive as in he's angry, but like it sounds like he's dying. Because like when I laugh, I start crying. And so does Tate. But Alex like chokes. Like his throat goes like that. Like it dries. And shit like that. And also, I mean, okay, Malloy, who hasn't been in a stream for a while, I would love to have him on a podcast stream, but he's got a lot of shit going on since he just moved. He has cracked the code on the stages of laughing. And he sums it up perfectly. I don't remember it fully, he would. But it's something like, you know, like a basic joke, you just do like a haha, funny laugh. And then, there's obviously the giggle before that. But then it like evolves into like, you start leaning back, maybe you hold your head or cover your mouth, but when you're really losing it, you just start hitting yourself. You start like punching your knee.
Yep.
And then, the funnier it gets is how hard they hit themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, like, when Malloy laughs, he hits himself. Like, he starts punching his
does.
leg. I mean, it's some kind of, like, reaction to try and stop himself. But he just can't. School is pointless. Having just a bunch of idiots in a classroom is always just going to end with people laughing at nothing.
It honestly is.
That's all that happened in school that I remember. I remember nothing about class. I remember sitting on the computer and then Malloy going, me, and just screaming laughing.
We literally talked every lesson in English and did nothing.
To be fair, Miss English was rad, but I didn't learn anything.
Yeah.
He's a good
Alright, boys,
guy.
I'm gonna head off for the night.
Alright, catch you.
Good night.
I will see y'alls around.
Catch you, babe. Boop.